What's up, my boy? George Perez right here at George Perez Stories, episode 254. George Perez Stories is brought to you by JB's Tree Service, Landscape, and Installation. Look, guys, if you got gophers on your lawn that look Samoan and they're doing burpees, they're even throwing squirrels out the tree, hit up JB's Tree Service, guys. They are the best with pest control. They do free estimates. They come to your house. They get a book. They draw it out. They did it for me. Guys, people came trick-or-treating. The cops, they drive by my house now. It doesn't look like the house that Denzel shot up on training day. JB's Tree Service, Landscape, and Installation. They do sprinklers, stump removal, tree removal, todo. Hit them up at JBM. It's JBM
Barrios.
It's JBARRIOS 12.
Yep.
Hey, Jesus, I love you, dog. X to the G, what it be?
What's up, dog?
You tell me what's up, fool. Like, are you gonna get a new jersey or
no?
What's
it's my
up,
new
dog?
favorite one, dog.
What do you mean your new favorite one?
Yeah, someone made it for me, and I might even sell it. I might give you one. Would you wear it?
I wouldn't wear that either.
No.
That looks like it looks like if the Steelers and the Penguins that got together and made like a gender jersey. You look like Dora the Jersey Explorer.
Oh, it works out.
That's what's up. But you know what? Speaking of something that's solid, our next guest. I don't know how to get the intro, guys. He has so many talents. We're going to go to the talent that how me and him met, and I'm glad I'm getting to discover more. All the way from San Fernando, my boy right here, killing. Not just like killing the game. Concrete in the building. What's up, my boy? Welcome to George Perez Stories, dog.
What's good, man?
What's up, my boy?
Perrito? Thank you for having me, carnal.
Hell yeah.
Thank you guys for having
Cheers,
me,
my
G.
boy. Cheers,
Cheers
dog.
to everybody in the building. Gracias, carnal.
So, I'm going to get straight into it, eh?
What's up?
Your videos, the comedy on there. I'm gonna tell you something, dog. I didn't like what you do until I seen you do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I was watching TikTok, I was like, yo, these fools are doing all my homies' old jokes. And then I seen you and I was like, fuck, finally someone, because as Raza, we're scared. Be like, hey, we're going to look stupid if this ain't good.
Yeah.
And you broke that barrier, dog. Like, hey, dog, I make videos now because of you.
That's right.
That's their savior. And remember in the beginning, I was like, I don't do that video shit, eh?
Yeah, you were trying to get away from it, and then I was like, yo, there's a lot of motherfuckers watching.
Yeah. So, how did it happen, dog? Because in the beginning, sorry, I'm going to jumpstart back.
Yeah.
You directed everybody's hip-hop video as far as hip-hop, Chicano rap, all of that.
Yeah, a lot of them, dude. I want to say 70 to 80% of the artists that are out, I've either dealt with them in some capacity, or I've worked, or I've done a video for them more than likely, or I had them on my podcast. I mean, on my like internet radio back in the day.
Okay. Oh, internet radio?
Like yeah, well, this is when it was called internet radio. It wasn't called podcasting yet. This is like in 2009, 10, 11.
Oh, wow.
This is when like it wasn't like the word podcast was like not really used. It was more like, oh, if you're doing internet radio, I'm like, yeah, I'm doing internet radio. For come and do an interview. And I started at LA Talk Live in like 2010. And then we grew from like 100 listeners to like 50,000 listeners on iTunes Radio.
What were your guys' topics back then, as far as like, because it was they had rules and shit?
Nah, dude. I mean, if anything, it was just how it is now. I mean, there was really no rules in radio and internet radio at the time, because it was, it was just fresh ground. So like nobody was really monitoring that shit. You know what I'm saying? They're like a lot of brands weren't purchasing time on that yet. It wasn't until like we started getting like a really good fan base that I started selling like spots, like brand spots. You know what I'm saying? So I said, hey, dog, I'm gonna do a segment, and I'm gonna, this segment is brought to you and sponsored by Rigo's Tacos, type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was all that little thing, and that was at 2010, bro. And then from there, E-Dub and Kool-Aid from Pocos Pero Locos, they called us up.
Oh shit!
And they were like, hey, dude, we heard your, we heard your radio show. We would love to bring it to the platform, to the network. So then we went on Pocos Pero Locos, and we were there for like about a year and a half. After that, I just started shooting music videos, got hella busy, and then the rest is kind of history. You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, and then how did you evolve to the comedic? Because you do some good shit, dog. And
Thank you,
I'm
dog.
not
Gracias.
dick riding, Nate, but like
No,
you
gracias.
do some. How do I say it not to be a dick? Not all of your shit is Cheech and Chong level, but you have some Cheech and Chong shit where later on, maybe like our grandkids are gonna do. Hey, look at this throwback one of this fool.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, you know, I mean, to me, like it started out in what 2018. I've always been, I guess, funny. You know, my cousins are funny, my tios are funny. We've always been funny in the family, dog.
Yeah, the family.
So it's always been like I've always been like that. And if you know me, then you got to see that side of me. But if not, then I was just shooting your music video. And you know, like in the rap game, dog, when I was rapping, there's a certain persona you have to carry as being a rapper. So. You know, and then, you know, like you're not out there being a goofball and shit. Like you're not out there trying to make.
Tell
people
them what
laugh.
they used to call you, dog.
No, Beretta. They used to call me Beretta, dog. You know, Beretta.
Did you have it? Did you have a Beretta?
Yeah, hell yeah. There was a few tucked. Hell yeah, dog. You know.
Right. Hey, did you ever do it like how Ice Cube did it on Friday? I was a dumb youngster. I'd be like, hey, what's up? Y'all fools have a problem?
Yeah, nah. If anything, I always try to avoid this shit. You know.
I got you.
Well, because you never know if somebody has something bigger than you. You know,
I mean,
so you just gotta be careful and shit. You know, you might take out your 9 and here comes a fool with a fucking cuerno.
Yeah, but fuck
You know what I'm saying? No, you're like, oh, hey, never mind, but we're good. We're good, my guy.
I'm a good shot.
You know,
Hey, if you got a Beretta and I got a 9 and I showed you the 9, I gotta commit.
George, tell them I used to have
I'm saying that once you take it out, you gotta take. You know, once you take it out, bro, like you might as well use
It's
it.
commitment.
Yeah.
Dude, they call this full shotgun.
Oh,
What do you think this fool used to carry around?
What?
Sawed-off shotgun.
Fuck.
I mean,
yeah.
look, hey, see, but there I go again. I was like a, hey, fool, I was like a show off homie back then.
Yeah.
I was that fool that was like, look, dog, I can fight. Back then there was no UFC, perro. No one knew jiu-jitsu. They couldn't like get you. Like if you just had manos, and I could fight good, but my gun game was on point.
Yeah.
Because my grandpa's from Guadalajara and he would collect all this shit and I would steal it, dog. Hey, grandpa.
All the guns and shit.
So my friend stole your gun, but hey, I'm going to give you $300 for it. No way. He goes, no way, que me las steal all of them. Dame dinero, güey, te las vendo.
Yeah, I took that shit. Yeah. So circling back, so in 2018, I was shooting a music video for my boy Secan in Compton Menace.
Okay.
And it was the last scene of the fucking day, dog. The last scene of the night. We were doing that shot at Miracle Mile over there after the Cienega, right where like Biggie got killed.
Oh,
there's
shit.
There's a little like there's a little art piece and there's a bunch of like lights and shit. Anyways, so we parked right around the corner from the spot, maybe like about 300 yards away from 200 yards, dog. Close, bro. You know, super close. And so we go. I'm like, yo, we're gonna do this shot real quick. It's only gonna take about 15 minutes. I'm gonna grab my camera, one lens, and we leave this, like the rest of the shit there. So even the artist, my homie was like, you know what, I'm just take off my Rolex. He left it in his backpack and he put it in. And we had it, we had the truck with all the shit, dog. We go, we do the shot, we come back. The truck is like completely empty, bro.
Nah.
Like $40,000 to $50,000 worth of gear, bro, that I have collected over the last 10, 12 years, bro, recording. Music videos and just collecting gear, dog. From new laptops, lenses, all kinds of shit, bro. Lights. I know. So I went fucking ballistic, dog. I was mad, fool.
Did they know? Did you know who it was? You think it was like an inside job?
Nah. Eventually, they found out that there was a ring of people because that little place where people go take pictures at and do videos is super
it was
touristy.
They knew it.
It's super touristy. Those fools knew that. It would take people 15 minutes to park their car, go around the corner, take those pictures, and come back. So they knew they only had a window of 15 minutes. And they knew that they were all usually tourists. So they were like, fuck it. We'll just take their shit and then boom, whatever, right? So anyways, they ended up getting caught and shit. I never got nothing back. And around that time, like right when it happened, like for 3 weeks, dog, I went under a crazy depression, dog.
What kind? Like drugs, alcohol?
Nah.
Or just being at home sad.
Nah, dog, trying to figure shit out.
Yeah.
They just took everything you collected and invested in the last 10 years, bro. Like, it's like somebody putting up a business and the shit burns down the next day. You know what I'm saying? Like, like here you are, you put in all this work. So I went into a really bad depression, and I was already doing comedy for other people. Like I was writing shit, but I was just like I used to write shit for Viners, bro. Back when Vine was in.
Okay, yeah, I know that era.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So. I'm a gentleman, so I won't say who, but I wrote a lot of jokes for a lot of people, and I wrote skits for a lot of people.
Okay.
And
why weren't you doing it back then? Like,
it didn't interest me. I was always wanting to be behind the scenes. I just wanted to be the guy shooting, the director.
Yeah, that's what I feel. That's what I feel.
I didn't want to be that guy. You know, I had done acting. Like I was. You know, I've done movies. Like my first movie was with Richard Carvajal. We did a movie called Green Card Warriors. That's on that's on Showtime.
You're like
on
a
HBO.
Shy porn star.
You know, like I didn't want to do it. No, like you know,
later,
like I could lay it down, but I didn't want to do it, dog. You know, I ain't trying to put nobody to sleep. You know, you know, I can lay this down. I can lay this shit down, but I never wanted to do it. I just wanted to direct because I knew what it should look like. I knew what I wanted to see, and I have this knack for bringing the best out of people when they're acting. You know, like I give them pointers, and I never put actors in a position where they got to go out of their comfort zone to create a character, as opposed to putting them like in something that I know they're gonna excel at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And really bring the character to life.
What made you want to be a director? Did you?
Since I was a kid, bro.
But did you have a director influence you, or?
Yeah, bro. I mean,
because you could have had somebody bad that made you. You know what I mean? Like
so
when watching, you're top bad.
Like I never knew who the director was of a movie. I always paid attention to timing. Yeah. I always paid attention to callbacks. I used to pay attention
to character growth. And
character growth, development. You know, how to deliver a joke. You know, giving the joke a little bit of time to breathe and then bow. You know, like so I knew how comedy worked, and I knew how like I knew certain shots that I wanted to see, and I knew that there was a certain way you have to shoot comedy in order for it to hit. You know, so
take all the fat off.
You know what I'm saying? So here I am writing all this comedy for other people, and one of my boys was like, hey, dog, like, you got to start doing your own comedy better. Like, you know, you're all down right now for what's the worst that can happen, dog? Just do your own shit. So I was like, you know what? I'm sitting at my studio. I was about to literally get kicked out because I couldn't pay the rent and shit, like, you know, for the studio. So I'm sitting in the fucking studio, like, counting my last days in that bitch. And I saw a video on YouTube, and it was a lady getting dragged out of the liquor store for stealing. And I'm looking at this liquor store, and I'm like, man, that liquor store just looked just like the 76 that's right down the street right here. And I was like, cool. So I studied the video. You know, I'm a cinematographer. I've shot videos and documented movies for like the last 10 years. So I knew how to like mimic the lighting and like how to shoot it and make it look like I was there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I wrote down everything. Okay, it's shot at night. Okay, it's right by the door. Okay, cool. Like this is where the cameraman is standing at. Mm-hmm. So then what I did is that I went over there and I put myself in that video. So I shot my scenes, and then I did a little comedy shit of me looking through the window, la chingada. And then I went back to the studio, dog, and I didn't think nothing of. At this time, bro, I had, I don't know, 3,000 followers, bro. And these are 3,000 followers from the industry. Like, I used to post shit, like, I've been blessed to be able to go to, like, I traveled the world with my camera, bro. Like, I really saw the world through a lens, bro. From Europe, South America. I've seen close to 35 states across the country. Like, you know, I've seen this shit. And I used to post, oh, I'm in Paris.
Super coyote.
I'm in Paris. I'm here. And nobody gave a fuck. Yeah. Nobody gave a fuck, dog.
Now they're like, fuck you.
Yeah, it was like, all right, yeah, cool, whatever. So nobody gave a fuck. I was getting like just likes from the family, and you know what I'm saying? So then I edit the video, doggy, and I put that shit up. Like I literally just put it up on Instagram. I was like, okay, cool, see what happens, bro. And it wasn't until like 15, 20 minutes, I had like 50 comments.
In 15 to 20 minutes,
I had 50
like you went back, drank something, smoked, and came back, and you were like, what the fuck? 50 comments?
I was like, 50 comments? I was like, what the fuck? So
what were they? Sorry, like, what were they? Like,
oh, this shit is hilarious, bro. Oh,
yeah.
Fuck, the greatest video I've seen, dog. This shit is crazy.
How did that make you feel from being depressed, oh, dog? Like,
oh, it was like an instant fucking
hard on
morphine hit, bro. Like, I mean, like an endorphin or whatever the fuck you call it, like dopamine
like
hit.
A relapse? Like, you have
it was a dopamine hit to my brain. I was like, I think I got something, right? And then so I started replying to every comment. Next thing you know, I have 150 comments, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then and then my followers went from like 3,000 to like 4,500 like overnight, and I was like, okay, well, you know. And then I remember I did another skit, and then that motherfucker hit, you know. And then I did another skit, and then I did a show with my dad, and that shit hit. And then it just started snowballing, dog.
Why did you want to use your dad? You felt the connection, huh?
You know what, though? On my comedy, I tend to try to make it as realistic as possible. I don't. Okay. It's not to say that corny or nothing, but like I try not to be corny in my shit or make it seem like it's not real. Like, you know, like it's
Hey,
not
fool,
a possibility.
I already told you, like, I didn't like it till I seen you.
Yeah, bro. Like,
That's
I've
what
always
you bring. Exactly. That's
like,
what you bring.
Like, I've always felt like, you know, I mean, just like, you know, comedy, you know, comedians will tell you, dog, when you find the truth, you can find the funny in things, you know, like if you just say the truth.
Well, anything's funny. Not
And
the truth isn't always funny. You
But
can
yeah,
find a way to
But
make
you
it
can find
funny.
out how to make light of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was my shit, bro. I just wanted to make light of shit. I wanted things to be shit that was real and then really express it in a way where people can see both sides of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you grew up in San Fernando, right? That has a big influence in your videos. Because somebody, like, I put you were going to come on, and I remember, like, somebody have the cholos ever hit you up? Why would a fucking cholo hit you up? Like, I don't think you make anything bad about homies.
Nah. I mean, you know, coming from the streets, dog, I know that there's a fine line between making fun of something and then it's like talking shit.
Yeah, clowning and talking shit are two different things.
Clowning and talking shit is two different things, and you know, like there's, you know,
That's a thin line, though.
It's a very
Sometimes
thin,
a very thin line.
It's a very thin line,
No,
bro. You
it
know,
isn't.
Depending with the person, though. Yeah, it is.
yeah, I mean, if you know, I mean, it's easily to offend motherfuckers nowadays. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, I always try to find the joke in something, and I'm not clowning a certain person. Like, it could happen to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just started doing broke homie. You know, like broke, like that one broke homie skits, right? And, you know, it's shit that's happened to me, bro. Like, I always had a boy that unfortunately never had bread with them, so I had to somehow always spot the motherfucker.
I was always that dick. That
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like,
At the gas station?
yeah, like at the gas station, like homies don't want to put in on nothing. You know, he just wants to all day. But those were the homies that when shit popped off,
It's on.
it's on, bro.
And then after the fight, they're like, let me get another 10 piece.
yeah, you know. So it's like you always gotta have those homies. You know what I'm saying? You always gotta, you know, like you always gotta have your riders, bro. You gotta have your soldiers. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and that's how I always want to do my comedy. I'll just keep it as real, as authentic as possible. Yeah, there's some shit that I embellish, but you know, like, you know, I mean, like anything, I try to do it within the lines of like where people are like, oh, this motherfucker's corny, dog. You know, like if I can't laugh at it, then I probably won't post it. Yeah, there's been some shit that I wanted to post, bro, that I just couldn't for, you know, the way the world is now. You know what I'm saying? Like how they want to understand.
Don't let them, Don't let them, dog.
Well, you know, like for example, like there's this character named Cepillín. I don't know if you're familiar. Okay.
Cepillín.
All right. So I was gonna do Cepillín. I bought the paint. I bought the nose. I got the hair for it. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a paisa little Mr. E.
So I was gonna do Cepillín, fool, and I was gonna come out and fucking sing and do all that shit, right? And then I'm like, wait a minute,
Is he dead?
I'm looking at this,
Is he because he's dead?
Well, no,
He's old.
well, he's, I think he
been
died.
dead.
He died like
Yeah.
maybe like 6 months ago, a year ago. So, anyways, I'm gonna do this shit, right? And
First generation. That's the only reason he knows it.
because I know, you know exactly,
You know, right?
Right? It's first generation, right?
Yeah.
If you're second generation, third generation, you're
This
not gonna
little
under.
fuck-
It's not for you.
It's like Walter Mercado. They were, who's Walter Mercado?
It's
Like,
not
if you
for
don't
you.
know, don't worry about it.
It's not for you, dog.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm gonna do this character, and then I start looking at the character, and I'm looking at the paint, and I was like,
Oh shit!
I'm gonna blackface to my black friends. I'm really about to blackface. Not that that's my intention, George.
Homie, I did it by accident too.
That's not my intention, but
I know.
I'm socially conscious to understand that my followers that are not of Mexican descent or Latin descent,
Yeah.
if you're white or black or Asian, you're gonna be like, "Oh my God, Concrete, what the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
But you could be
So
talking
I
in
pulled-
Spanish and they don't give a fuck.
So I pulled that one off. I was like, okay, I'm not doing this one because motherfuckers are not gonna be like, "Yo, let me go on Google and see who the fuck this character is." They're just gonna be like, "Concrete, what the fuck?"
Yeah, but-
and I'm trying to save myself from the shitstorm of having
I
to now run
understand.
PR.
Yeah.
And be like, "Yo, Concrete's not a race."
But
You know what I'm saying?
scared. Like the fucked up part is if you were a boxer, you could. Cause fucking all the black boxers that fight Mexicans, dog, they fucking come out with mariachis, chickens and shit.
Yeah, they do
They
that
come
shit
out
all
with
the
rice.
time.
Mayweather came out with mariachi, rice, and beans.
Imagine
that
someone-
fool was throwing immigration cards at people.
Imagine
dog.
someone came out with fucking KFC and watermelon. Oh, it'd be so racist.
Yeah, but you know, yeah, but I think I think you have to fight battles that within your
Oh
confinements.
yeah,
right?
I don't think it's cool. I wouldn't do it.
Like,
but it's
that's
just
not funny. If you came out with like gumbo shrimp like with Jordans and like FUBU, but in Mexico colors. Like, you gotta flip it, my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, dog. Comedy is like a lesbian. There's a way I find a lesbian that want me to fuck her. You know what I'm saying? And there's a way I find a topic that's like, hey, dog, fuck me. A lot of people don't know how to do it. And this fool has that talent, because when I see these videos, I'm like corny, and I go, wait, what the fuck? This fool's fucking funny, eh? And now that you told me you were a producer, and like, now I know, because fool, in the first I was just kind of like, wow. I thought you were like, you know when you meet someone, then when they dribble a soccer ball, you're like, damn, fool. That fool just did it like
nothing.
Yeah. When I seen your videos, I was like, wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's years in the making, dog. I mean, this shit's, this shit's years in the making. Like, to a lot of people, I came out of left field, bro. Mm-hmm. Because they weren't following me. They didn't know who I was. I was just
natural.
Are you using an iPhone?
Yeah.
Yes, you don't use none of that. None of the other.
I have like
gear?
4 iPhones, depending on the video. If it's a video that was more or less shot like 5-6 years ago, then I'll use a phone that was shot.
There's a new iPhone that came
4 or 5 years ago, so that I have my footage has to match.
That makes sense. Depends on what year. Yeah.
Depends on the video, you know. So like I mean, a lot, again, like people send me videos sometimes, bro, and I'm just like, oh shit, I can't do that, guys. I'm not gonna go to Brazil. Like, I can't get nothing that looks like Brazil here around me. You know what I'm saying? Like, people send me, like, fights in the favelas, and I'm like, fool, I'm not going to Brazil to shoot this video, dog, you know?
And not even the green scheme, it'll be inaccurate.
No, because there's a sense of reality that needs to be to it. Like I just did a boxing video.
Hey, this is your seminar. You sure you want to give this away?
Yeah, you're asking questions.
My bad.
What's the thing, though? I could give you the tools, but you can't do it.
Right now.
I could give you the tools, but do you have the sauce?
George can give you the jokes. Write them down.
Yeah,
you can see him perform them, and you ain't gonna do as good as he is.
And then like for me to go up there and perform, like Kobe rest in peace could have taught me, hey dog, wake up at this time, do this shit. Am I gonna be Kobe? No, motherfucker. Like Kobe's Kobe. Like but there's a certain thing for everybody. To me, I just felt like, okay, dog, this shit's working for me, and I'm not gonna try to deviate from anything. Like people have been like, other bigger influencers and bigger comedians that are essentially social media comedians.
Thank you.
So social media comedians, that do videos, right?
With you.
They're like, hey dog, if you just clean your act, bro, you could be making mad money. And I'm like, bro, I'm not willing to sacrifice the originality and my content for just like a check from McDonald's or a check from like a bigger company.
Yeah.
Luckily, I ended up doing my shit that I want to do, and I still got my McDonald's contract.
I know what you mean, brother.
Because I kept the integrity of the comedy.
Yeah.
Despite whether you think it's raw or whether you think it's too paisa sometimes, or if I'm going too hood or whatever.
There's a crowd for everything.
You get that though?
Yeah.
Huh? You get people to tell you stu paisa?
No, not at all.
Okay, but that's the best part. That's what I like about it.
But I know when it's more of a paisa generated skit, and then like some of my other friends
homie,
don't.
it's allowed to be, because there's worlds of everything. Like, I trip out when I'm doing stand up. Sometimes a white guy would be like, "Hey, for that joke you do, I don't think your people are gonna get it." And I was like, "What?" He goes, it's up there. Do Mexicans know that word? I was like, "Hey, fucker, that's fucked up, But then he goes, "No, it's not, George, because if I was doing your room and then someone did a reference in Mexican style, I wouldn't get it either." And I was like, "Oh, wow, I understand you." Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a fine tune. You know what I mean? Hey, dog, I've been doing stand-up for 20 years. And there was no internet when I first started. Mm-hmm. It was kind of like being from a barrio. You had to go to a club, and then you get hit up. "Hey, where you from, homie? Oh, how long you been doing stand-up?" What? Like, everyone wanted to know, like, prison paperwork. "Hey, so where do you perform at?" And
yeah,
I kind of got, like, it was weird. I did, remember the OC Weekly, the LA Weekly?
Yeah.
They used to have open mics.
Oh, shit.
First one I go to, guess who's there? Joey Coco Diaz.
Oh, shit.
I'm doing cocaine jokes. I got cocaine on me. And that fool's like, "Hey, dog, that Llorona shit, I fucking died."
That's dope.
And then he was like, "You got any coke?" So I fucking gave him a sack. That fool just rolled 100, did a fucking line. Didn't even measure, fool just did it.
Just took a big old fucking...
There was only like
a
little rock, like like the shit that didn't get cut.
Yeah.
The shit that I didn't break up, that was all that was left. And I was like, oh, shit. But then that fool tells me, hey, look, here's my number. This is where they do comedy on Tuesdays. And then when I went on Tuesday, it was Ralphie May, Gabriel Iglesias, Felipe Esparza, Paul Rodriguez, Martin Moreno. And I was like, what the fuck? Immediate adaptation of like, I got to go home, write jokes. There's a setup, there's a tag, there's a punch, there's fucking callback. Mm-hmm. And you're doing great, my boy. Keep it up, doggy dog.
Thank you, Gene. Gracias,
yeah, hey, homie, you're doing good, bro. Like, you kind of lit a fire under my verga.
Gracias.
Because when I seen you, I said, you know what, man? All this homie is doing is putting his visions, his jokes, his fucking originality to this. He's letting the raza know, don't be fucking scared, eh? Like, they know somebody like me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, hell yeah, dog. Relatability, bro. You got to be relatable in some aspect, dog. And again, dog, I can't make everybody laugh, but I try to do comedy for everybody, perro. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, it's just funny, dog.
Style.
Check this out, dog. This is crazy, bro. I've had people message me and be like, hey, dog, this skit was the one that made me follow you. And I'm like, that's crazy, bro. So you're telling me that you've been looking at my shit this whole time, and then this one's the one that made you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, but I'm glad I got you, but I got your ass.
Hey, homie, we do that with the girl.
But I got
like,
you.
Hey, for when you wore that outfit, that's when I said you can hit.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, cool, you know. And then so I'm, like I've been doing, videos, dog, and so like. Like George hit me up. He's like, yo, man, I think you're funny, good shit. And I'm like, hey, I'm from San Fernando. Oh, cool. Keep doing your shit, though. I think you're funny. And then Felipe hit me up, and then we worked together. And
that's what's up.
Like I did a couple things with, like Willie Barcena just hit me up.
Hey, that's the OG.
Willie Barcena just hit me up.
Willie is the OG of fucking OGs.
Dog, Willie, and I'm like, yo, this is. I was like, what? I was like, okay, cool. Like, so and then like with And then like some of the homies were like, "Dude, you got to do stand up." And every time I said like to people when I meet people, they're always like, "Oh, you're a comedian, cool, man." Like, so you do stand up, and I'm like, "Nah, I do comedy like on social media." And they're like, okay, cool, I get it. And it's always like a turn off, bro, right?
No, it is. Hey, bro, that's like
it's always like a turn off up until they see my shit. They're like, "Oh, okay, cool, I'll fuck with you," right? So my thing, it was like. I'm super competitive, George. I'll be completely honest with you, dog. I'm competitive, bro. I don't care if me and my son are playing checkers, bro. I'm going to beat that kid, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if it's a father-son game, you'll
bro,
throw the ball at him.
Connect 4, perro. I'm going to win, dog. And he better be right. He better be quick with his shit, And I'm just competitive like that. So, like you start hearing people talk, and you're like, oh, okay, like, hey, Khan, if you really want to be mentioned at that level, perro, you got to do stand-up. And I was real reserved for a while, dog, because I'm la neta, way, like la neta, that shit is hard.
You never done an open mic or nothing before?
No. Nothing prior to last year that when I started.
You rap. You already got a stage presence.
Yeah,
you've been on stage.
George, but it's different, dog.
I know, I do it.
Comedy's different, dog. Like it's nothing like going up there and then people are like, well, make me laugh, motherfucker. Like, it's a whole different animal, dog,
Trust
right?
me, there's no stage lighting, setting. There's no, like...
It's your mic and figure it out. There's no music behind you, Like, before I used to rap... Before I used to rap and it was easy, I'm like...
As long as you know your lyrics, you're cool.
I'm rapping and then... Everybody make some noise! It was like, okay, done. I did my job. But with this shit, it's like, okay, cool, so what do you got? I paid money and I'm doing a 2-drink minimum. I want to laugh.
Your thoughts. What did you write?
I want to laugh, right? So I was always kind of like not hesitant to do it, but I didn't want to disrespect the craft, bro.
Thank you,
There's a certain shit that comes with that.
Yeah.
And the day I decided, I was like, you know what, dog? I'm gonna take a stab at this comedy shit because it seems like in order for me to get a seat at the fucking table, I'm gonna have to do the stand-up comedy shit. There's no other way. If you want to be in the comedy world, you're going to have to take a stab at it some way or another. The greatest comedians, but you have plenty of them here, dog, that did big movies, which I want to do. I want to do huge comedy films. Most of these guys been on stage. Eddie Murphy came from the stage. Richard Pryor came from the stage. Robin Williams came from the stage.
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people came from the stage, so I was like, all right, cool. if I have to go and get on stage to prove myself in a way, to feel that I can earn a seat at this table or be mentioned with the greats, I have to do it. And it was right when I started like thinking, okay, I'm gonna start going on stage. Fucking Jerry Garcia hits me up.
Okay.
And Jerry's like, hey, bro, I've been liking what you're doing, dog. I like your shit. He's like, let's do a fucking tour. You host. And I was like, fuck. He's like, yeah, bro, you host it. It's going to be me, Jesus Sepulveda, and Cholo Fit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, hell yeah, bro. I started going into the pen. I did my first little show in Vegas. I did like a show in Vegas.
How many minutes did you do?
Like 10.
Okay.
Nothing. Maybe bombed like 50% of the time.
How did you feel?
I felt great.
Like, did you feel like, okay, it's kind of like some people don't know what silence is.
No, I had to understand that sometimes when they're quiet, it's because they're listening to you. They're
but
listening
it's not like
to
that
you
all the time.
No. Sometimes you're just fucking bombing.
Yeah.
And you can't help it,
A
right?
lot of people say that.
Thank God, bro, that was the worst I've experienced was that show. Then I did another show to prep for the tour that I was going to do with Los Tóxicos.
Have you ever done a show where people don't know you're going to be there?
No.
Those are the ones you got to do.
I haven't been.
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing, George. But that's the whole thing,
He's
George.
blessed like I am.
But that's the whole thing, George.
He's blessed like I am. I've never done shows
You know-
where it's like open mics where they didn't know I was going to come up.
I show up to places and they're like, "Who the fuck?"
No, yeah,
is this?
I'm sure not everybody that went to these shows knew who I was, but I guarantee you, by the time they left, they knew what the fuck was going on.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I did the show, so we booked this Toxicos tour show, and we ended up, almost selling out every show that we did at the Laugh Factory in San Diego.
All right.
The first comedy actual stage I ever hopped on was that one. I did a show prior to that. It was like a test show.
Did you do any
Granada
prep?
Hills, right,
Did
fool?
you do any prep, or you just went up there?
Yeah, no. I went to Granada Hills and I did a comedy show in Granada Hills.
Like an open mic?
No. They actually hired me to host this shit, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna test some material that I'm gonna do at the Laugh Factory. So I go up there and I do my shit and I was nervous as fuck, dog.
You have to.
I remember I took a couple of shots. So I go up there, dog, and I'm hosting the first 5 minutes, and I do a couple jokes, and a couple people laugh, and then I remember I was about to say a joke. I started the joke, and then I skipped like 30 steps into the joke. Like I completely blacked out. That's the
worst.
Right? So I blacked out, and I'm like, all right, guys, coming up to the stage right now is Jerry Garcia. I blacked out, right? So I went, I think it was Jesus Sepulveda that went on. So I ran off the stage, dog, and I was like, fuck, bro. I froze, bro. And one of the homies, Christian and Jesus Sepulveda,
I know all these fools. Eh?
They were like, hey, fool, like, you did good, fool. Just relax. Go back up there right now. Once you introduce the next guy, just relax and have your jokes and just take your time, fool. Even if you take 7 minutes, fool, don't even trip. Do your thing. We're not at the Laugh Factory. We're not at this crazy place. Just take your time, fool. The people, everybody's chilling, having drinks. All right, cool. I go back up there. I do another number, and that shit hit. I was like, cool. I got off the stage, and I felt good. I was like, all right, we're getting somewhere.
It's
we're
like
getting
fucking
somewhere.
how the first time you're like, the second time you're like, something scared. Come over here, fool. We can't hear you. Get over here. Hey, get on the mic.
That's my primo, fool.
Yeah, hey, get on the mic. You gotta get on the mic, dog.
Everybody that was there.
Nah, if your baby mom got to see you, dog, we can't hear you.
Everybody that was there at that venue, that new
Get closer.
Concrete, my cousin. We were like, fool, like this should be like a piece of cake for you, Like we're all thinking, like, fool, you got this shit, And he was legit, like nervous, like this fool was like, no, fool, like really,
Yeah.
Nah, because it takes a lot, bro.
Like, and we're all confused, like, what the fuck? This fool just came from fucking performing, like with, you had come from like.
Oh, the big shows, yeah, the concerts
show,
and shit.
yeah,
That's
you
different,
And we were like,
it's
what?
different.
This was scary now, like what?
Yeah.
And fucking, you nailed it with the fucking buki.
Yeah, exactly. So then I ended up doing another bit after that. Killed that one. People were laughing, and then I was gonna close out with El Buki.
What do you mean, El Buki?
Those bookies?
El Buki, yeah, los
Yeah,
Bukis.
character you do?
Yeah, the character. So
Okay.
I threw on my suit, the beard, and everything. And I remember the lady was walking around selling roses and shit. And I was like, hey, give me all of them. Give me all of them. So I took the roses. I remember I was like, hey, give me a glass of fucking wine. And give me the cheapest little glass you have. They gave me a little plastic one. I was like, perfect. Right? So I go up there, dog, and I'm nervous as fuck. I was like, I don't know what's about to happen. And then they
First time you do a character.
the first time I do a character as a stand-up comedian.
In person, live.
In
Exactly.
person, live, right? So fuck it. I go up there and, they put the music on and I'm singing a little bit in La Chingada, dog. And I just start going, dog. Bam, bam, bam.
Like you're in the living room.
I was supposed to do 5 minutes, dog. I'm like, 25, 30 minutes deep, dog.
Damn.
Killing this shit.
Fuck yeah.
Killing this shit. And I'm like,
You can't see the lights?
I can't, no, bro. No, there was no lights. There was no lights.
They're like, he's selling drinks. Go.
I was giving away roses, bagging on fools.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you look like a cheater, fool. Here, fool, give your girl. But just imagine this fucking character, you know? It was a homie's birthday, so I even got on his mom and shit. You know, I went hard, fool, hard in the fucking paint. And dude, I was supposed to do 5 minutes to close out the show. I'm there 25 to almost 30 minutes deep, dog. You know, on my first night out. And my cousin was there, my other cousin was there. I had a couple friends there, and they were like, "Bro, you got something with that one. Whatever the fuck you do, you got to do El Buki again." So then that's when I called Jerry, and I was like, "Hey, Jerry, do you mind if when I host these shows with you guys at the Laugh Factory, bro, can I do a character at the end?" He's like, "Yeah, bro, go from there, dude. I don't give a fuck."
Homie, you're the one selling tickets. Why are you asking if you mind, dog? Why are you asking?
Stop.
Why are you asking if you mind? I would have been like, look, homie.
Hey, bro, I'm doing
This is the
45.
Buki show.
Yeah, you know what? I'm Los Buki and I'm Los Bumpy.
Dog. Oh no, yeah, no. So the first show we did at Los Toxicos, it was at the Phoenix Stand Up Live, I think in downtown Phoenix. It's like
I've
the
been
biggest
there.
comedy one, like there. And I walk in, dog.
It's pretty
like,
crazy how it's cement. You go upstairs.
Dog, they got everybody's like
It's concrete?
They got everybody's pitch concrete. No,
This motherfucker's never been to a comedy club.
nah, bro. Like, no, like
Have you been to the comedy store yet?
bro, I've been to Haha and I've seen shit.
The
But
haha, that's like
flappers.
that's
and
like
shit
community college to
Shit,
USC.
You know,
haha
that's it,
is-
fool. That's it.
yeah.
That's it. I usually just watch shit on my TV. Never do I ever
Right.
thought about going to a comedy club. Never.
He's like, I went to Lopez Tacos.
Trejos time.
So they do comedy there.
So I do the the Phoenix.
I gotta
shit.
take a piss, fool.
Dale perro.
Keep going.
Dale perro. Dale.
So you do the show, my boy?
Yeah. So I'm doing the show, my G, and fucking, I go on for the first 5 minutes. I introduce, and then I come out, and this is the first time me doing a show with Jerry Garcia, Jesus Sepulveda, and the homie Cholofit. And Cholofit was like, "Hey, dog. Hey, fool, you're doing good, perro. You're doing good, man. Go back out there and do your shit again."
So
And-
the first of it was just you, without Los Bukis, right?
Yeah, no, yeah. I was just going up there just as concrete, hosting the show, doing a little bit 5 minutes,
You were doing good, though, right? With that?
I was doing good. And then again, at the end of that show, I did Buki. Killed it again, dog. It's just, again,
La
dog, they're
raza.
like, dog, all you got is 10 minutes. I'm doing 15. They're like this. Like a fucking airport thing. Like the guys at the airport just like, yeah, córtale.
Yeah, the light.
But the people are laughing, bro. I mean, the people are going. Like, I can see the guys, Jerry, like, they're all like, fuck yeah, we're killing that shit. And I'm like, cool, man. Like, so I kind of like, I was like, okay, cool. I got to do these guys again. So then that's when we ended up booking 4 shows at the Laugh Factory in San Diego. We did that. That shit was fun, dog. We ended up killing that. That was cool, damn near almost sold out every show. We did 4 shows in 2 nights. And then we ended up almost again selling out the Improv in Ontario, bro. And then still doing the same, obviously, bit and shit, Just I kept adding jokes, and I kept getting the jokes a little bit tighter and tighter and tighter.
You gotta
and
cut
more
out the
punchy.
fat. Yeah, you gotta cut out the fat.
So I started cutting out the fat in a lot of the jokes, and by the time I did the Ontario Improv, it was like, bah, 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 bah. I was just sparring with this shit. I was just, like speed bagging the jokes, and they were just coming out faster.
Are you thinking about doing another character?
Yeah, dog. I mean, now that I know that I can get away with it, for sure.
Look, you're not getting away with nothing. You're doing something that works.
Yeah.
Remember, comedy's not about what you get away with. It's what works. Mm-hmm. And you have a talent, brother. Like I told you, you have that Cheech and Chong skill. You have the talent to perform vocally and physically.
Physically, bro.
You know what I mean? And I've seen it.
Yeah.
Me, I'm more of like a vocal comic. Like when I go on stage, it's just like I remember when I first started, I was like, "What's up? I'm Mexican. Yeah, I don't have a Lord Regal. It's a Lord Monte Carlo. You know."
Yeah.
Like my homies had this badass joke where he was like, "Hey, I have a Civic, but my trunk don't shut, so like I use a cord to shut it."
Yeah.
So it's a Civic, but in the back it's an Accord.
It's a hatchback. It's a hatchback.
Yeah, like you know what I mean.
Yeah, on a cord.
So, fuck, dog, Spencer. I had to take a piss.
It's all good, brother. It's all good.
Drinking hardcore shit.
It's all good,
The
dog.
homeboy, Little Mystery, shot you a 12-pack, right?
Yeah. He shot me a 12-pack of his new Beasto.
Yeah.
Of his new Beasto, dog. You know,
I'm kind of scared to drink it, eh?
it's 5%.
I know, but it's not like Little
Malt
Mystery.
liquor.
He's like Joker in the Heath Ledger ones. Like he might drug us with this Beast store.
I don't know what
Put
it
some
has,
scante
fool.
in it.
Huh?
Put some scante in the
It
can.
doesn't have the ingredients listing, fool. So I don't know.
It says ingredients. It says truchas.
100% truchas.
Right? 100% trucha.
Trans trucha. 100% también.
So, hey, my boy, let me explain to you the start of comedy that I had. There was no internet. There was none of that. And Wild Coyote was the first club that Joey Diaz sent me to. And guess who the host is? Willie Barcena.
Willie. Yeah.
And hey, homie, I come in, I'm a gang member, dog, but I stopped. I was dating a girl that was a major in creative writing, and she took me to a comedy show, and they were doing Your Mama jokes, and I beat Jeff Garcia at that show.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I'm not even a comedian, eh? Like, I'm just clowning motherfuckers.
You're just giving it a shot. You're just going out there.
I remember telling that fool, like, homie, your mom's like a piñata. You got to be blindfold before you hit it. and like, he was like, hey, how long you been doing comedy? I was like, fool, I do construction. I'm a cement mason, homie. Like, I clown my homies.
Fuck.
So I quit that shit, and I started doing comedy. I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. This girl tricked me. She convinced me, and I became a comedian. And hey, homie, Willie Barcena used to punk those fools. Willie, you never punked me, fool. I stood up for myself. That fool used to, and I knew why.
Yeah.
He was preparing these motherfuckers, dog. Felipe, Gabriel, Jeff, they might all get mad at. Although I came in that later generation where they were like 4 or 5 years in.
Late 90s, early 2000s and all that shit?
I came in like 2002.
Yeah. Late 90s, early 2000s for those guys, yeah.
And, hey, dog, within 2 years, I was already on Comedy Central, fucking local Comedy Jam, Showtime Comedy Central. And it had a lot to do with underground comedy. You're very gifted, my friend. I really suggest you start doing a lot of open mics because this crowd isn't challenging you. They're not like... Remember the first time you got put to the wall, you came out with a character. You're like, y'all motherfuckers didn't like me?
Yeah.
Well, fucking check it
out. Yeah.
You know what I mean by that?
Hell
so,
yeah.
like, do that some more. Let these fuckers challenge you.
Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah. No, I mean, because obviously because I promoted, you know, it does get a little easier for me. You know what I'm saying? It does get a little easier.
It's not
for me.
easier, but it's
Because people are like, you know, like I feel like sometimes people
they
are
like you already.
You know, like I already have that in the bag. Like, you know, they already like me because of my social media stuff. So they're, you know, again, not that I'm not preparing myself as if I'm not. I go in there thinking that like, okay, cool. I may do shit on video, but now this is a stage.
Yeah.
You better bring it.
What you didn't do, what most of them do, is they'll find a Viner or a TikToker and they'll give them a headliner spot. And imagine trying to do 40 minutes right off the top. And we've seen people try to do it just because they get the money.
I've seen headliners try to do 40 minutes.
Yeah, no, hey, you know, and
you did it the right way. You did 10 minutes. You did it slow instead of just jumping in there. And
I love
like,
it. How long you been doing comedy?
I haven't done anything, but I would never do 10 minutes.
How long you been doing comedy?
Like 2 years, 3 years.
And, yeah, I love how you're giving advice.
No, but I was saying, the first time I did it, to me, 10 minutes is still hard. So to me, it was like, damn, the fool did 10 minutes his first time. To me, 10 minutes is still...
Yeah, dog, it was 10 minutes and it was in front of a Vegas crowd that wasn't there for comedy. They were there to get free shit because it was like a community event. So think about it. all the shit that I got, I cuss a little bit in my comedy, so now I gotta like change shit and I gotta keep it kind of PG because there's kids. Because it was like a community event, right? So
okay, I got you.
I can't really go in there and just start saying
like,
fuck and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a community event, the city's there, you got the mayor, la chingada, you know. So I had to clean it up a little bit, and it wasn't as successful. I had a couple people get up and just walk away, and I was like, all right, cool.
Right. You're like,
and
just like court.
I remember I was eating and I was like, fuck, dog, like in Vegas, I was like, man, that didn't work out. My girl's like, nah, you're good. Don't even trip. Like, just, get back home and work on some more shit. And, obviously I fucking immediately, dog, as soon as I got back, I was like, and recording shit and going back and listening to it. And then I started calling a bunch of these dudes, like I started calling Jerry and I started calling Jesus. Like, the comedians have essentially that reached out to me and said, hey, bro, whenever you need me, just holler. Like, those are the ones I called. I was like, hey, bro, what do you think of this? Perfect, fool. Perfect.
They shouldn't say
perfect. And then they were like, just cut out this. And it's like a whole list of like all kinds of shit to cut out. And I'm like, damn, fool. I was like,
because you're writing it like fucking an autistic.
I'm just writing.
Yeah, you're like, I'm just writing. Scene, look at what the light's gonna hit me over here.
Yeah. So then I figured out, I was like, okay, this fool's trying to have me do what I do for my videos, right? I know that on Instagram I have a minute. I got to give you a joke in 1 minute on Instagram. I got to make sure that I get from point A to point B in less than 60 seconds because that's all I have to make you laugh. Not because that's all the time they give me, but that's all the attention span people.
Speed dating.
That's all the attention span I'm going to get. It's anything under a minute, right? So I figured out how to make my punchlines and how to make my videos under a minute in order to give you that laugh. So then that's when he was like, dog, that's what the fuck you got to do with stand-up. You got to cut all the shit that you normally wouldn't write for your videos, do that shit in stand-up. Just get to the point faster,
Can I say something?
Yeah.
As a professional stand-up comedian.
Absolutely.
Don't take none of that advice.
Why is that?
Because you're different than all of us, brother.
Well, again,
Let
dog.
me finish.
Yeah.
You have to go out there and challenge yourself. I'm telling. Am I lying, X?
I don't know, you've told him more advice than you ever told me.
Damn.
And I've lived there for a year.
He's been on stage more than you. No, hey, am I right though?
No, yeah.
For you to complete, like, you can't do a style someone tells you.
Right.
You're going to come with your own creative style. Hey, dog, you're not even going to find yourself for 6-7 years.
Yeah.
Right now, you're just funny naturally, so they want you. But you're not at your Kobe-ness yet.
Right, I get you for sure. I get it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like I don't feel like I'm nowhere where I need to be.
And stand-up's
and like
fucking way different.
Like when
I go up 3 times a week.
That's
7
a lot.
days. That's 21 times sometimes.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's nowhere near what I'm doing.
But that's what I'm. You're gonna. If you really want, there's other fools. How many? Way more, huh? Yeah. No, hey, dog. That's a good week. Sometimes it's an average comedian goes up 6 to 5 times a week.
Fuck.
If they have. Like,
but are you doing like that's just doing like open mics, or are you actually like selling tickets?
No. So like, I just became a paid regular at the Comedy Store.
Okay.
They got 3 rooms. You can't do all 3. Sometimes you get to do 1 or 2, but some fools get to do all 3 in one night. Every time it's open.
Okay.
And you don't want people that you know at your show there because you're like, I want to work on this. These fools know all my shit. I want to work on new shit.
Yeah.
Like you want to see what doesn't work, what does work.
Right.
And sometimes you're just saying one word wrong or anything. Go ahead.
In New York, these fools will go up like 7 times in one day.
In one day.
That's crazy.
Because it's so populated and they got so many clubs. They'll hit up all 7 clubs to do new jokes. Even George, this motherfucker, sometimes will be driving. He'll say something.
On the way to the club.
Me inside it go laugh. Next thing you know, this fool singing on stage, busting up. Me inside it go like, this fool makes it look so fucking easy.
You're going to create a formula in your head. Like now when I talk to people, I'm like, hey, fool, thanks for that joke. Like I with the interaction, it's gonna become how you have this gift in your videos that you need to make it to the transition.
It's a transitional point for me for sure. And dog, I'm beta testing like the new homie skits, that's shit that I was thinking about stand up, and I'm beta testing on social media. My first one, fucking viral.
Yeah.
Viral. TikTok 3 million views. Instagram did Fools Gone Wild. We posted it.
Yeah,
that
more
was my
views than Biden, eh?
That was my first one, bro. That was my first one where I was like, okay, this is a stand up joke, but I'm gonna do it into a video, and fucking went viral, right?
Who are your influences, like, as far as comedicness? Who did you see and you're like, hey, I want to? It was like Cepin, fucking Don Francisco way.
Oh, dog. I mean, it goes back to
Chavo.
like obviously growing up, like, you know, obviously the Spanish shit, right? But that didn't make me want to be a comedian. Like, it was funny to me. I loved the Chespirito, Chavo del Ocho.
Maria Maria.
Yeah,
She was the
like
shit.
all that shit was funny. Like I remember my dad playing these movies called Risas Vacaciones, and it was like prank skits.
Oh wow!
It was like a prank. Remember that Risas Vacaciones? It was prank skit movies. It
It
was
was like the Mexican Jackass, huh?
at that time.
Yeah, in the 80s.
It was in the 80s, and so I remember my dad playing those movies, and I used to be like, okay, that shit's funny. And then it wasn't until I saw Martin and I saw, In Living Color, bro. Mm-hmm. And I'm probably like 8 when this shit came out, 9 or something, and I mean 8 or 7, and I remember watching this shit, and I'm like, yeah, I like them, I like that shit, and I'm watching.
I want that reaction.
I'm watching Jim Carrey do his shit, and then I'm watching Jamie
Birthday
Foxx.
today.
I'm watching Jamie Foxx do his shit, and I'm like, yo, that shit, like these characters. You know what I learned from, like what I learned from a lot of these guys was, you could say it with your body. Not everything needs to be a joke. Use your body. Jim Carrey taught me that.
Well, it's sketch comedy.
Sketch comedy. Use your body. Dog, there's some skits that I have on my, God bless, bro. There's some skits that I have on my social media, bro, where I say one word and it's some of my biggest work. Because people are like, dog, your facial expressions, dog, like what you did there, or like the way you moved your body, that shit was hilarious. That shit that I learned from like the Jim Carreys of the world. You know what I'm saying? Because he taught me that, like, okay, like the way that he walked, the way that he did his face, whatever. I was like, okay, that shit. If you can make somebody laugh without saying a word, ooh, that's power.
Yeah.
That's power, bro. So I knew that, okay, cool. That's where I want to be.
I kind of want to make them laugh with the word.
You can say one thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then
stand up and sketch.
Stand up and sketch. And then I remember I saw like Eddie Murphy Raw, and I was, okay, cool. I was like, yo, that shit is dope. And then I remember seeing a bunch of comedians, like obviously the George Lopez of the world, bro.
George Lopez is the bad motherfucker.
The George, like of course, bro. Like that shit hit hard. You know what I'm saying?
Killed.
And hit hard. Like when I saw,
homie, I used to
Bill
see
Burr
him,
to me is,
perro,
I
used to see George Lopez.
Yeah,
18 years ago,
killing it.
I've never seen no raza. Hey, Fluffy, I'm sorry. Felipe, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
nobody has done it like that. Hey, dog. Sold 9 sold out shows at the fucking what's that shit called off of Lancashire? Universal Studios.
Yeah, what
they
about
have
it?
a stadium there that only Richard Pryor sold 7 shows. This
Oh yeah,
sold
yeah,
9.
yeah. Yeah, like watching him do dog, like watching this dude like Bill Barcena at the time, dog, like, and then here comes Chappelle, and Chappelle for me was like,
that's next level shit.
Okay, this fool's killing it on TV. His sketches are out of fucking control.
But it's beautiful writing.
It's
and
so good.
acting.
It's so good. Him, Bill Burr, the other guy, they did a great, phenomenal job writing that
It's
shit.
mostly Chappelle, dog. Those other folks took notes.
Well, whatever the case.
I'm just being honest.
I just give the credit where the credit is on the paper.
Yeah.
I don't want motherfuckers to be like, hey, I was on it. So I just give credit, I give
Bill
credit.
Burr, he was just a guest.
Okay.
It was written by Chappelle, Murphy, Danya Rawlings.
Yes.
And
all those guys.
And that white boy.
Neil Brennan.
Neil Brennan.
Neil
Yeah,
Brennan.
yeah,
Yeah,
Neil Brennan.
Yeah, the one who was like, just
but he was like,
dude.
Dave was the master of all that.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, I get that he was a quarterback of this shit. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, the sketches are dope. And then I started seeing his stand-up, and I was like, wow. Out of control. Just out of control good, And I tend to be more of a storyteller just naturally. I tend to be more of a storyteller. So watching him, I was like, okay, cool. So then, like, I've always felt that, like, if you want to be a great dog, you got to take a little bit from the greats. You like some form of influence. So for sure, dog, Bill Burr was a big influence on me. Dave Chappelle, George Lopez, like all these, like I feel like I picked the Jim Carreys of the world.
But yeah, you got to be like a sponge,
I
absorb what you want.
I picked the shit that I wanted from each one, and I made my own concoction of it. You know,
that's what's up.
And yeah, I mean, I owe it all to them. And to have George reach out to me and say, "Bro, you're fucking funny," like that to me was like, good, okay, all right. And then you know, like, and then to have Cholo Fit come in and be like, "Hey, dog, you're killing it," and then, you know. The only one that hasn't really reached out or I have any conversation has been Fluffy, you know. But you know, Martin Moreno, he's always like, "Bro, you're fucking funny."
Who gives a fuck?
You know, film it, like, you know, like it's all these guys that have been around for X amount of time is what I'm saying. Whether you know,
he hasn't even said me yet. Eh?
No, well, yeah,
and you're on his spot, and you brought him on,
and then George P calls me on his podcast.
I text him, man.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, you know, to have all these people like yourself to be.
Can I say something, dog?
Yeah.
These motherfuckers hate you.
Hey,
you know why? You know why they hate you?
I'm coming,
you
bro.
You showed them, hey, puto, motherfucking, you guys slept on this. Dog, you took over that market for a lot of fools are like, I'm just, that's why I don't have many friends in comedy, but I do.
Yeah.
And it's people that can't handle my honesty. And I want that. I don't want them. Look, homie, you're gifted. You're talented. I reached out to you.
Yeah.
And like, hey, dog, you're doing what they can't. You're making jokes, like how you said, in physicality. Yeah. That's a new Cholo word today. Is that a word? Physicality?
Absolutely, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How do you say it?
It is.
Physicality.
And that's an actual word.
Hold on. How do you say it? Let me hear you say it.
Physicality, perro.
How do you say it?
Physicality.
Physicality.
No, he pronounces every letter in that motherfucker. He's pronouncing every letter.
Like physicality.
A DUI
test.
Physicality.
I answer that shit like it's my citizenship.
I'm more like physicality.
Physicality.
You know, but yeah, dog, like it's fucking dope, bro. Like I think,
hey, but fuck comedy, fool. Let's tell some stories.
Let's go. What's up?
I live all this shit that you're talking, and I love it, brother. But like, has anything crazy happened while you're filming something? Like you were telling us that you got robbed.
Mm-hmm.
Like what else has happened? Like during like a set, because you've been to fucking across the continent.
Yeah,
continent. My bad. Now we're doing punctuation.
Yeah.
Like, ¿qué pasó, güey? Like, where have you been where, like, life was on the line?
Mexico. Mexico, dog. I shot plenty of music videos all over Mexico, dog. I got to tour with Secan, arguably one of the biggest fucking rappers, you know.
Sorry, I don't know who the fuck Secan is.
He's huge, bro. Huge, bro.
Where's he based out of?
He's based out of Guadalajara.
Oh, fuck. I'm from Guadalajara. I'm not about my family.
Yeah, bro. Like, me and him.
Secan?
Secan. Yeah, Secan.
That means dry.
No, secan is like a seco. You mean seco? Secan is like basically like a. That's what they like. A can is what they call a pit bull out there, like a dog, right? Like a canine, right? A can. So you know, like so secan. He told me to go on tour with him, bro. You know, like one time we were on tour. And, you know, like, we're, like, in a 16-passenger van, perro. And I'm not gonna lie, fool, there's drugs everywhere. Like, everybody has a little bolsita.
Fuck, why didn't you take me?
You know, but, like, we're all just partying. Like, you know, like, we're all having a good time, whatever.
I've been there.
and you know, like, we're crossing state lines. We're, like, in Mexico and shit. And they literally, we get pulled over by the feds, bro. We get pulled over by the feds.
Federales. There's no feds out there.
That's what we think, perro. Because they look like feds, they got guns like feds, all the shit. Mm-hmm. Let alone, bro, it was fucking cartel.
So you got pulled over by a cartel while you were performing for another cartel?
No. We were out there just doing music.
Oh.
We were on tour doing music.
Okay.
Right? So we get pulled over by cartels that look like federales, bro. They're dressed like them and everything. Mm-hmm. And they get us out the car, bro. We're like, what the fuck is about to happen, perro? Literally, like, we're like, yo, what is the deal, right? And yeah, bro, I mean, they're searching motherfuckers. They're taking everything. I remember they took, like, I think it was almost like, well, I think they took all my money, to be completely honest with you.
Way.
I remember they, you know, like, they searched us. And honestly, dude, like, I thought, like, for a second, I was like, I don't think none of us are making it out of this shit, bro. But they took everything we had.
Did you think you were, like, your last sketch on video was gonna be a beheading. You're like,
Perro, my legs. Perro, my legs. No, my legs were shaking, bro. I was like this. I was like, oh shit.
You're like, hey, can I get chicken nuggets?
You know? and oh shit. And I'm over here thinking that, hey, one more beer, get up there, man.
Hey, that's Xavier. That's a physical joke.
One more. And no, yeah, I mean, I thought I was gonna die. I mean, there's been plenty of gangster shit that's happened, bro.
Hey, one of my guests that was here, you know Edro, Russell Peters' assistant.
I believe so.
So this fool has family in Guadalajara, and he does the fucking, what are those things called? I'm fucking stupid right now. Drones.
Yeah.
He does drone work. So he did drone work in Guadalajara, and this fool flies over a cartel site, and they start shooting his drone, and they follow him, dog. Like, they interviewed him and everything. But luckily, the Pope backed him up. The Pope, because he did a fireworks show for that city in Guadalajara. But yeah, hey homie.
Yeah, man, I've been through a lot of shit, bro.
Yeah,
you know,
I had a weird run-in with the cartel, but not weird, but it was weird. I was doing West Laco. You know where that is?
Like Texas out there? Or?
South Texas.
South Texas,
like,
yeah.
Whatever that shit is. And I did a comedy show. And after the comedy show, I kicked back with a girl that I didn't know was a cop. And then her sister was fucking with some cartel fools. Hey, homie. Like, and I stole cologne for the patty.
Cologne.
Hey, dog.
Going down for cologne.
Hey, dog. I just got out of prison. I'm on parole. All right.
You need cologne.
No, I'm out of prison. I'm on parole, but I'm on a comedy tour. You don't know my story, huh?
No,
like,
man.
So I was a comedian, a gangster. Then I became a comedian, but always a gangster. Always, I'm respectful, but I'm active, homie. If I get hit up, I'm where I'm from.
Yeah.
There's no like, hey, I don't do this no more.
I get you.
Like, hey, dog, I don't hit fools up no more, but I still take responsibility for whatever's going on.
Right, I got you.
And so I got out of I beat somebody up. I came out on a TV show. I got locked up. I came out. While I'm in prison, my Comedy Central, HBO, and Showtime shit are being aired while I'm in prison. So, like, it's another battle as I get out. And Texas is like, we don't give a fuck for we want to see your comedy. So I go to McAllen and Westlaco. I hook up with a cop, and I'm on parole, dog. And then the cop, I don't hook up with her till afterwards. I hook up with her friend first. And I fucking robbed this bitch's pad. I take all the cologne. I take her boyfriend's shoes because I was like, damn, fool, I'm going to go back home balling. I've only been out of prison for like 6 months, dog. And like, you still have that mentality of like, fuck it, homie. If I get caught out here, I'm not getting caught for this shit. The chick that I took her from, her man was locked up too. Oh, wow. That was some crazy shit right there.
Just getting hit by the cartels?
Nah, because I just remember like going to the club and the way a man speaks to you different with confidence and far as like I was dressed in a Pendleton khakis. Like, they never seen my looking where I was at. But this way this vato goes, hey, la mujer que estás contigo, la cuidas. Or si no, te cuidamos a ti. That fool just gave me $500. Like, hey, fool, you guys good? I was like, man, I'm going to steal this bitch's cologne. Like, those 500 ain't enough, baby.
The peace offerings weren't enough and shit. He was like, I got to steal some shit.
No, hey, homie, you don't even understand, dog. I said the story before, but, like, I got hired by someone that was a fanatical fan, and I stayed in a house that was like a castle. Fool, they had a Jesus foot in the house with a nail in it. Like, this fool they killed somebody, this family.
That was with Butch, huh?
Yeah. But, yo, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. George Perez, Concrete, X to the G. Late. Cheers to 2022 and resolutions you can actually keep. How about having clean and shiny balls all year round? Our sponsors at Manscaped are here to save your balls this year and make the ball drop into 2022 the cleanest and sexiest ever. Set your first New Year's resolution with good intentions and join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. With our exclusive offer, go to manscaped.com and use promo code TakeAShower and receive 20% off plus free shipping. Look, guys, in 2021, I used to use a machete. I used to go in there like it was a jungle, chopping trees down, using razors, using stuff off the internet. Not no more. It's New Year's, new me with global leaders in below the waist grooming. This year, take your package to the next level with our Performance Package 4.0 and brand new Ultra Premium Body Wash. Inside the Performance Package 4.0, you will find the Signature Lawnmower 4.0. This electric trimmer is designed to trim hair on loose skin. The advanced skin-safe technology reduces cuts and nicks on your delicate nuts. It also comes with a quick 4000K LED spotlight that will shine and light to Promised Land 2022 looks to be. A grooming routine isn't complete without applying Crop Preserver and Crop Reviver. Before showing off your 2022 self, these unique formulations take care of the smelliest part of your body and a big boost to your confidence into the new year. To complete the set, Manscaped threw in their Shed Travel Bag and anti-chaffing boxer briefs. You know what chaffing means, guys? When you got the skin that's redder than red. As free gifts to keep all your goodies stored comfortably. And the new product that needs no introduction, the Ultra Premium Body Wash from Manscaped, solves all three for the perfect addition to your daily grooming routine. But in the shower. I shower every day, and I do brown power, but I shower every day, and I hope you do too. This body wash smells great too. It's cologne infused with aloe vera, sea salt to keep your skin feeling clean, nice, and moisturized. Kick discomfort and poor hygiene to the curb this year and use the best tool for the job. Whether your resolution is to work out more or to travel to new places, be sure to travel to manscaped.com. For exclusive offer of 20% off, free shipping, use promo code TakeAShower and receive 20% off. Cheers to new balls in 2021. Once again, guys, get 20% off, free shipping with code TakeAShower at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use TakeAShower as your promo code. It's a new year, new pubes in 2022 with Manscaped. And we're back like hood rats in a Cadillac. Yo, George Perez Stories is also brought to you by Pisto, premium Mexican lager, brewed and canned by Tres Punk. How do you say that? The next word?
Oh, yeah. It's Punk L's Brewing Company, 259 3rd Street Avenue in Chula Vista, California, 91910, dog.
What you think, my boy? Let's take a drink.
Let's see what's
Salud.
up, perro. Let's see what's up with. Hey, congratulations, perro.
That's what's up. Little Mr. E. Fool's gone. Damn,
That's
homie.
not bad, dog. That went down kind of smooth right there, perro.
Hey, this is the kind of beer that the curador on La Bamba, the one that fucking...
The fool with the snake?
Yeah. He's a vivir es dormir. Or what does he say?
Yeah, some shit like that.
Yeah.
El curandero?
Yeah, he says to
And
live.
he gives them fucking heroin or something.
And then fucking Richie dies on the plane afterwards. So...
Hey, that's bomb, dog. Hey, Shout out to Little Miss.
So where does it
man.
drop? Where
Gracias,
can they get
bro.
this shit?
It drops January 29th in 2 counties: the county of San Diego, the county of Los Angeles. Chicano brew own. Like a lot of people be talking shit like, hey, homies give back to the community. What's this? Hey, raza, we got our own fucking drink.
We said.
And I'm not talking about raza that crossed the border. Raza that crossed the border and our kids prosper and we give back to your culture and the American fucking culture. Yo, Chicano, Mexican American.
That's right. Bisto.
Salud.
Bisto.
It's 12 flow ounces, 5.0 ABV. What does that mean? Alcohol, blood value?
Alcohol.
Yeah, absolutely.
What does ABV mean, dog?
Alcohol above volume.
What up?
That's not what it means.
What does it mean? What does it mean, concrete?
I don't know.
What do you think ABV means?
Alcohol beverage volume.
All right. ABV.
Alcohol beverage volume. Yeah, 5% maybe.
Another bitch's vato.
Another alcohol. It's alcohol by volume.
Alcohol. I spend some. Mr.
Alcohol
Quick
by
Google.
volume.
So
Hey,
I was crazy
5%
for-
of that can is gonna get you
Yeah,
twisted.
is you're so fast on the internet, but like you don't even have a Tesla, dog. Your car is I always
You need a
back
Tesla,
off.
man.
I'll do it every
You need a
day.
Tesla.
So what's up, hey dog? We having a good time or what?
I'm having a great time, Pebble.
Didn't I tell you it's gonna be fun?
We're chilling, dog. You were having a good time,
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm having a great time. I kind of like where I'm at in life. You know, the homeboy fucking blessed us with some brew. You came through. John's here. Fucking Regal's here. X to the fucking G's here. What's going to happen in 2022, dog? A lot of more stand-up, a lot more videos. You have a show out called Ghetto Busters.
Yes, I have a show called Ghetto Busters. Definitely go and check that out. That's on fucking Tubi right now. It's on Tubi. All you got to go is download the app on your phone or on your TV. It's completely free.
Tubi's free, right?
Tubi's free. It has dope. You
How do
know
you
that?
spell that for the Pisces out there?
It actually Tubi.
Tubi.
Yeah, Tubi. So Tubi, and you can get it on your phone, on your TV, your Xbox, PlayStation, whatever the fuck you got. And just search Ghetto Busters, and that's my first TV series that I've ever done and starred in. And
What's it about?
it's basically like a parody on Ghostbusters, right?
Slimer's a tweaker or what?
Yeah, it started out better. It started out as just being a fucking YouTube show. Like they were just gonna do one episode and kind of throw it out. They had, the producer had some money. He was like, I just want to kind of do it. And next thing you know, dog, they're like, yo, this shit got great reviews. Like we got to do a whole season.
Oh, shit.
And over the span of like year and a half, because of COVID and all that shit, it took us a year and a half to shoot the whole series, which is 5 episodes, which then led to a Tubi deal, dog. And now we're here, man. Fucking, was able to premiere at the Man Chinese Theater. Like, never did I think, Pedro. Like I'm from San Fernando, G. Hollywood Walk of Fame and Hollywood Boulevard and the Man Chinese Theater is like 15 minutes away from me.
Yeah.
But growing up in the barrio is like, Pedro, that shit seemed miles and miles away.
Hey, fall from Orange County, dog.
Never did I think in a million years, dog, that I would have a series premiere at Man Chinese Theater, bro, where greats have been, the Charlie Chaplins of the world and shit, have had movies there played and shit. So that was a big accomplishment last year, man, and it all happened.
How do you feel about it? Do you kind of feel like it was new and you're like, damn, if I wrote that shit right now, wow, or you're kind of like, hey, that's where I was at and I gave my effort to it?
Nah, I mean, I think, like obviously, yeah, like anybody else, I think you always go back and look at shit. I'm like, okay, I would have,
You know what I mean,
I would have
right?
done something different. I would have done this different. I would have done that different. But at the time, that's what I felt. I
That's
was
fire.
and I was convicted with it, and I didn't want to change it. But
The homeboy Martin's in it,
Yeah.
Big Citrix
yeah,
in it.
yeah,
Who
Comic
else is
Phil
in
Medina, Phil Medina's in it.
Okay.
Noel G's in it. There's a bunch of.
I know Phil Medina.
Hey, that sounds like a GPS crew.
Yeah,
They've all been on. Most of those people have been on this podcast.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's dope.
yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah,
they're
watch out. Sponsored by George Fresno. Ghetto Busters. Also by Pisto.
Yeah, by Pisto. Who's on wild, homie? So definitely, man, go watch the fucking series, dog. It's called Ghetto Busters on Tubi. It's completely free.
What are you guys busting? Are you guys going to the ghetto? You're like, yo,
And we're
clean your
busting-
fucking pad.
Yeah.
Stop putting graffiti.
Yeah. Basically, shit like that, man. The first episode, we get a chance to go and clean this house. We got to get rid of some cholo, and his mom wants to get him the fuck out, and we go in there to get him the fuck out.
Do you guys put him in the vacuum box? Like
we definitely zap fools. We zap fools, and we got some pretty dope effects. Dog. We got some good graphics, dog.
But okay, look, this is what's funny about what you're saying is you're telling a cholo, hey, we're gonna zap you, and he's like, orale, more bounce to the ounce today.
That's pretty much.
Cholo's like, zap, I love this.
Hey, that's pretty much how it goes, dog. It was a good show, man. I mean, I had fun doing it, and hopefully we get called for season 2, Hopefully, man. We'll just pray for it. But for now, go watch it on Tubi. Go support it. It's a Chicano starring, and let's get this shit cracking, dog.
You don't hire no black or white people.
There's all that. Everything's in there, man. Dude, I mean, some of my co-stars are white. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
But
I trip out when some cultures are like, this is Asian only.
Nah, man.
Homie, hold on.
As
no
much
one
as,
else drove there.
Of course, I want to do. I want to show them that Chicanos can do it, and in order for me to show them that Chicanos can do it, I gotta put myself with other cultures that are at that high level. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just fucking with you.
No, that's the way. I'm just, fuck yeah. No, I
know what you mean.
That's
now,
really
but one time I ain't gonna lie, in Raza, you're gonna get mad at me, but I did a movie and it was all Mexicans, and I was mad at these motherfuckers, dog. Because don't get me wrong, but like there was immigrants that were on the fucking movie with me, and they didn't even know who the fuck I was, but they were looking down upon me. They're like, hey, who's this guy? And I remember one going, hey, no hables con él, ese vato, esos son las chusmas de America. And I turned around and I said, you know what, bitch, you are. You're over here working. You're supposed to be on a visa, but you're doing shit on your son. I was saying, like, look, fool, I was born here.
Yeah.
I fight so fools don't punk you and take your shit. Like, I'm the motherfucker that's doing the dirty work for you to be over here and no one fuck with you.
Yeah.
And then, hey, dog, we were filming a movie. We're in Kansas. In Kansas, it's Hutchinson. It was all windy. It was a dope movie. But after the movie, we all stayed at a hotel that was the club and the bar of the whole city. So these fools had an open mic night, and then fucking, I was like, you know what? It's time to flex. It's time to Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
It's time to fucking. It's time to be Santana and fucking just like, you know what? You fucked me. Now I'm gonna fuck you back, bitch. Like, remember in American Me where the other fools are like, kill him.
Yeah.
And I just remember I went on stage for I did like 45 minutes, and they were like, what the fuck? And I was just like, yeah. Hey, that was a crazy night. I hooked up with this. I've never fucked a girl that was German and did heroin in front of me so nonchalant and was like natural. Like for
her to do heroin.
Like she did heroin, pero that was like, hey, you want some black licorice with root beer and Jaeger? And I was like, what the fuck is that? She fucking put the fucking root beer with black licorice and she melted it in the microwave and she stirred it. And then she got ice with Jaeger and mixed it, homie. And it was the best fucking shot I ever had, dog.
That's crazy.
Hey, doesn't that sound bomb?
Yeah, it doesn't sound bad.
It's like diabetes. It's diabetes.
Yeah, it sounds like you're going down after a couple of those.
No, yeah. I was kind of mad that time, because like I was on parole again. I left my pad to go do a movie. And the fool was like, hey, I need you to play a rapist. And I was like, I can't do this, dog. Like, let me play the fool that hits or not, like, goes in her.
Yeah, just raping people. Just raping people. Just raping people in movies. Oh, George, I see you in that movie,
It was a true story. I guess in that city that we were at, this guy hired 2 felons to do, like, you know that show American Restoration?
I remember
where
that.
they're like, so those 2 cholos, they knew how to restore old refrigerators and shit. And then, like, we would get horny and bone some of the bitches that brought shit. Hey, fool.
Y'all drinking pisto?
Yeah, hey, the chick they wanted me to rape was the fucking director's wife. And he was like, George, I need you to throw her, jump on her, and thrust. I was like, homie, I'm good, Like,
that's a lot going on right there, bro.
Like, I'm good, dog. Like, can we, like, this isn't even, like, I didn't even sign the contract yet. Like, I'm cool.
And the check hasn't cleared yet.
Yeah, no. Hey, I didn't even ask to get paid for that movie. I didn't sign or shit. They released it without my consent. It didn't even. Hey, dog, that movie got deported before it even hit Blockbuster, dog.
They were like, "Hey, it's not making it on."
Yeah, it was weird as fuck, but it was a true story.
Yeah, sometimes true stories are meant to be told, dog.
Hey, but you remember that picture I showed you, me and all those white boys, and they put snow cones
Oh yeah.
on the alcohol, so it looked like the KKK on the alcohol. It was like a Jose Cuervo with like a white cone on top, so he looked like he was like Adolf Cuervo. What the fuck?
It's not bad, though. It kind of
got me
buzzed.
buzzed.
It kind of got me a little buzzed.
I'm like a little flirty right now.
It's kind of drinking like a. Yeah, it's kind of drinking like a Steel Reserve.
So, I haven't even asked, dog.
Crazy stories or what happened?
Right. You're famous, fool.
Nah.
Do the
man.
perras to be like, what's up, fool?
I don't, but I don't even notice it, dog. I mean,
okay.
If it does happen, cool, but I don't notice it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm so focused right now, like on what needs to be done, bro. Like I got three
I already
kids.
seen the Temptations,
Bro. Like I mean, I've been in this shit for 17 years, dog, and I know how it is. And I've been at a point in my life, bro, where shit was fucking firme, like with everything.
Yeah.
I had a song on the radio. In 2008, my hype man, my best friend passed away from a drug overdose. So
Spencer,
it kind of pushed it into perspective for me better, you know.
Yeah.
So the fact that I am where I am now, because back then when I had a song on the radio, I was kind of arrogant and kind of
it's okay though. It's a learning lesson.
So you gotta think about it. I'm 19, 20 years old. I got a song on the radio. I'm the hottest dude in my city. Like, cabrón, pues se me va a subir, güey, like, because I'm just young and I'm just hot-headed and, I wanted everything right there and then.
Homie, I was just, hey, dog, 2 years in a comedy?
Yeah.
I was already on LATV, local comedy jam, and MTV Your Mama.
Oh, hell yeah.
I was touring. Fools hated me,
dog.
dog.
You were on a sick one, huh?
Yeah, but.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro.
I was boning the promoters' daughters at my shows.
There it is.
Nah, that was weird, eh?
Dog.
She's like, hey, my dad check. You better cash it fast. And I was like, what the fuck? You know what? Hey, fool, it happened. El Centro. That's by like...
I'm there on Wednesday.
Yeah!
I'm there on Wednesday.
Hey, you better do them right, girl.
I'm there on Wednesday. I'm literally there on Wednesday shooting
What are
a
you
music
doing
video.
in El Centro?
I'm shooting a music video for J-Rocks, which is MC Magic's newest artist, man. She's fucking doing great, man. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
I was like that one time we were in Fresno or Delano or whatever, and the little paisa owned the little high school little hall place, and he was willing to give you his daughter. Everybody, they gave us the bar. They loved you. Come back.
Oh, my God. Hey, fool. So, I was, for some fucking reason, Fresno loves me.
You got juice in Fresno?
They're my enemies. But hey, you know what's up, Fresno? Like, I ain't trying to hate, but you know what's up?
It's business, dog.
It's just what it is. And but the Hainas, hey, homie, we went out there. We did a show, and the owner of the club was like, "Hey, dog, I've never seen this many people in this town. What the fuck did you do?" And I was like, "Nothing. Like, you guys invited me." And he was just like, "Mira, these are my hijas. Whatever food you want." Hey, fool, what did they make us?
Everything, anything we wanted.
Like, hey, the pico de gallo fresh.
He got it. He got us the blow.
Yeah.
He found out we liked Coke. He's like, don't even trip.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are good. I got you.
They had ceviche.
Like buckets of beer, food, ceviche, cocaine. I was like, no, don't bring no more food. I'm going to do coke.
And when we and when we showed up, we thought it was going to suck because it was in the middle of nowhere. We're like, bro, do you think we even sold tickets? You ever know how you get there and you're like,
yeah,
you know how you get there and you're like,
sketchy.
Check this out, dog. Before we went, I DJ at a strip club, and I love white girls. And these 3 white girls were like, remember?
You were hungover.
I only slept for an hour, so I told the fool that I should have never told the drive. Side to Getty.
He was waiting for. He was waiting for any of us to have an excuse not to go. To just blame us. You know that time where just like,
I was like, hey, you guys want to go? I was like, I'll give you guys money. And they're like, no, we want to go.
I'm trying to get out of there.
Yeah.
And we had a devil worshiper with us too, fool. Jason Rouse. A real devil worshiper, dog.
Like he reads the Bible.
Nah, dog. Like,
but he just worships the
Bible
devil.
Comes around, fool. Like he'll get a hickey.
Yeah, no. He reads that fucking that devil Bible and shit or whatever the fuck he got.
He says on Christmas his family plays a game called Rape or Hide, and his grandma gets him, and he says that when he finger bangs her, it sounds like you're mixing old paint.
Oh my god, dog.
Jason motherfucking Rouse. Hey, you remember the movie Children of the Corn?
Yeah.
You know Malachi, right?
Yeah.
You know who that is?
No, I don't know.
That's the redhead fool in Colors.
Oh shit! No shit.
Yeah.
No shit. That's Cholo.
He used to kick it with this fool, dog, and scare him because he thought he was really goth. But yeah, hey, cheers, Beasto, dog.
Cheers, fool's gone wild.
Concrete.
Damn, my boy.
Where does the name Concrete come from? Was you like your Theo Cement Mason or your family?
Nah, fool. There's nothing crazy, fool. Like
solid.
Know, yeah, this shit. Yeah, basically solid, bro. Like when again, like going back to my boy passing away. After that shit, it was, I went through a little time where I was like, man, fuck all this negative shit. I didn't want to portray no negativity no more. I didn't want to do none of that shit. And,
good shit.
I just went to concrete. It's just solid, and you can build from there, dog. Once you have a good foundation, you're good to go, perro. And then getting locked up a little bit, that kind of like,
How many times you been locked up? You were locked up at a Dodger game? You like 3 innings?
You saying
when I say
sounds like me?
And when I say locked up, people usually think, damn, fool, how long was your bid? Fool, to me? Oh,
he sounds like me. He sounds like me right there.
To me, fool, it felt like months. I was in there for the weekend, perro. I got locked in on Thursday night, and I didn't get out till like Sunday afternoon.
You didn't even change clothes, huh? You're still in the same
dog.
clothes.
Hey, but it was, perro. It just wasn't for me, dog. So at this point in my life, I'm fucking selling weed and I'm selling coke and I'm doing all that shit, right?
Wow.
Because I'm going to all the studios,
Concrete on the street.
Oh, dog, I was going ham.
It's the hustle.
I was going ham.
It's your surroundings. They want it and you can get it.
I was in all the studios all the time, and then fools always wanted coke, so I was like, boom.
Oh, you can upcharge them. You're in the studio.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the engineer. Cool, I got you. For like, you want to stay up for a couple more hours and keep working? Cool, let's do it that way,
Yeah.
So I was on my way to the studio in Hollywood, and I got pulled over on Hollywood and like Vine.
I know exactly where that is.
On Hollywood and Vine. I got pulled over for some bullshit. And I pulled over and I was like, fuck, dog. I was like, dog, this is not. Like,
the car smell?
I was smoking weed.
Ooh.
I was smoking weed, right? But I had an ounce of coke. I had a QP of Kush. And I had some
Molly.
No. It was basically like hash, like the hashish.
Yeah.
So, but it was like rocked up, right?
So it looked bad.
It looked bad, perro, right?
Guitar.
So I pull over. They were like, hey, what you got on you? And I was like, nah, man, I smoked earlier. And he was like, nah, what else you got on you? And I was like, nothing. They're like, so if you bring the dogs, you don't got nothing? And I was like, hurt. And immediately I looked at him, I was like, I got weed in the trunk, dog. And I got, I got weed in the trunk and whatever, right? Dog, they're going to find it, bro. They're going to find it. They're going to find it. It is what I was like, man, I got some weed.
I don't say shit.
So then I had the yay. The yay was in like under the
certain stash,
under the spare, all that shit, right? So then those fools get they handcuffed me, and I already knew. That was my first time. I was like, oh, this shit sucks, man. Well, immediately I knew. I was like, this ain't for me. So they get the bag of weed, and I was like, yep, that's mine. And they find like I had a backpack with a wad of cash, and I had the scale, fool.
Yeah,
distributing
dealer now.
Yep.
And then boom, so now they got me for distributing shit, right? So they got the weed, they got the scale, and then they were like,
what kind of scale? The old school one?
Nah, you ain't driving around with that.
It was just the UOZs,
Okay.
So then I'm doing that shit, and then they were like, is that all you got? And I was like, yeah, that's all I got. So if we keep searching, we ain't gonna find it. I was like, keep searching. I was like, fuck it. At this point, dog, I'm gonna make you
gotta act confident. You gotta act
confident. You're like, look under the spare.
At this point, I'm gonna make you work for it, Pedro.
That's where I used to hide it.
And sure enough, they got the dogs out, and then boom, they found the fucking yay. Damn, dog. I was like, dog, and these fools are talking shit. It was Hollywood Division, dog. Hollywood Division is known for like just really talk shit to you and fucking assholes, bro. You know, so
Homie, I've been checked down by gang unit. What these supposed to tell you?
Fool, so the whole
You're
time,
gonna do life for this.
the whole time they were like, "Damn, dog, hey, for cocaine," and then the
How
hash.
much was it? How much coke was it?
It was an ounce.
Oh, 4
I
ounces.
had an ounce.
That's a
I
good
had
amount.
I had an ounce, and then I had like about an eighth of a sheesh. And they were like, for the coke, you're doing 25. For this fucking heroin, you're doing another 10, 25. They're like, you're fucking done. You're cooked, motherfucker. And then they kept doing this shit to me. They kept doing this shit to me. They would put it on their dick and shit when they were walking by the fish tank. Because I'm locked up, you know?
They were honey fucking you?
Fool, all that. Like those fools would walk by and be like punking me. And I'm like, fuck, dog, you know? I was like, fuck these fools, dog, you know?
On power.
I was like, and at that point I knew, I was like, now I know why motherfuckers don't like you, you know? Because luckily for me, dog, yeah, you know, I got pulled over, but I never seen that side of cops. I've been pulled over for shit, dog, but I had never seen
they
the asshole
caught
side,
you.
right?
They caught you.
So they catch me, bro. And again, dog, I had never been in jail ever, dog. So the whole, like, taking off your shoelaces and all that shit was
everything.
So I'm sitting in the...
naked.
I'm sitting in the cell, dog, and it's my first time in the cell.
You're in the loop.
Yeah, they had me like in this little fish tank. They call it the fish tank at the time, I guess.
What city is this in?
It's Hollywood Division, dog.
Okay, all right. So you're in the Hollywood jail, city
You
jail.
know, so but it has a glass, so that's what they call it, the fish tank or whatever, right? Or the new fish type of shit. So I'm in there, dog, and I didn't know how to make the phone call. They're like, "Hey, you got one phone call." I didn't know that there was a certain number you had to press before you put your phone, right?
Yeah.
So this homie's right there. He's like, "Hey, what's up, perro?" And I was like, "Hey, dog, I can't make a phone call." He's like, "Oh no, you can't." He's all like, "Here, dog, let me try it, fool."
Fucking dick.
And that fool's like, "Hey, wait, what did they tell you?" It's like, "Oh no, something about a code. Fool. I don't get it." He's like, "Oh, here, dog, let me see your paper." Okay, that's the code. And he put the code in and then dialed the number, and then he started calling his homeboy, dog. He's like, "Hey, perro, hey, fool, did you talk to my headphone?" And I was like, "Hey, fool, what's up with that phone call?" He was like, "It's my phone call, fool." And I was like, "All right, bet, fool, whatever, dog." I was like, I'm trying to get acclimated. Okay, cool, dog, you know? He leaves, and then they come back, and I was like, "Hey, that fool stole my fucking phone, my phone call, bro. Can I get another one?" I kind of gave it to him. I wasn't tripping. You know what I'm saying? So I get back
That's what I would have said.
I get back on the phone, dog. Fool. Dog, I'm 19, dog.
This fool did rollover minutes.
This one was like 35, dog. Like, swole the fuck. I was like, I don't really
It's
want
what
these
happened.
problems. I don't really
would've
want these
punked
problems.
it.
But
Yeah, I know.
I was like, I'm cool, dog. Take that phone call, Pedro. Call anybody, Pedro. You know?
What would you have done?
I would have fucking beat his ass.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Well, I would have never asked. I would have known. Not that I would have known, but it's.
Yeah, fool. Like,
He's never been there. You can't get mad at him.
like I didn't. Like,
I would have
know
took
what
the
fuck
L
to
too.
do.
I would have took the L too.
I would have took the L
whatever,
too. You know?
fool. I'll
But
call tomorrow.
I didn't know he had punked me until he started talking to his homeboy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I was like, you know what, dog? Whatever, dog. We gonna, whatever. Dog.
It's what it is. You're in his
it's what
pad.
it is. Right. So I'm learning I'm learning the ropes. And he never pressed on me or nothing. Fool. He
Yeah.
was just trying to get the fuck out, right?
Yeah.
I was like, all right, cool, dog. So I'm doing that shit. And then they were like, hey, like, you haven't made bail. And I was like, fuck, none of my homies came through.
How much was it?
Like 4,000 or 5,000.
Yeah. I think it was like 5,500 or something like that. It was like a $50,000
Because
bail.
it's 10% of
10%
what.
of that. So it was like 50 grand. No, it was like 50 racks to get out. So I never got bailed out, bro. Like I didn't get bailed out till Sunday. Till I got my. Cause the time I was rapping, and I was being managed by some of my homies, Sean Lewis and Steve Lobel. And so they were managing me at the time, and I got in contact with them, and like they ended up bailing me out. But before that, fool, like I had never been in jail, and then I had never been processed, right? So then they take us to the glass house, and then I'm sitting there, dog, and I didn't, bro, this whole spreading your cheek shit for another man, bro, and getting checked and doing all that shit. I was just
your
like,
toes and
hey,
all
dog, cough and do all this shit. I'm like,
pull your dick skin back.
Yeah, dog. Let me see the bat,
What,
the
for real?
bat wings and shit. Dog. I was
Yeah.
like,
That too? So if you got the hood,
Well,
they
you
want.
have to lift your canicas
fool,
up.
the whole shit.
But what up?
bro.
You got to put your hood back.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Fool. Hey, I used to
'cause
hide
they put razors
shit in
in
my.
there. Fool. They put razors in that
I
bitch.
used
In
to
the
hide
hood?
papeles. No, papeles, little like papers of
Okay,
heroin
yeah,
and
yeah.
shit.
Dog,
Put
let me
in
tell
dick
you,
skin.
dog. At that moment, dog, I knew this is not for me.
It's not for anybody, dog. It's just something that...
Nah.
There's some fools that love that.
Like going
There's
to jail.
some fools that love that
okay.
shit.
There's some fools that been to jail and
Yeah.
that go and get out and then do a crime and go back and it's like nothing. So don't tell me it's not.
They
like
don't
for everybody.
like it. They realize the opportunity that is made in that world.
I
and they can
understand
do
it. And I was like, I'm cool with that, bro. When they gave me the fucking apple the size of a grape, bro, nah.
Homie, when I went to prison, I wasn't like, yeah, I'm ready for this shit. I was like, damn, I gotta handle this.
You know, I was like, nah, bro. It just, you know, and then being in the fucking room with 30 motherfuckers and then you got
Taking a shit
in front of everybody, bro. I like to take a shit in peace, George. I can't be shitting with 30 motherfuckers looking at me, bro. That's not my get down, bro. I like to take 45 to 50 minute shits, look at the news, pop Instagram.
Stop.
You know what I'm saying?
So
bro?
you won't take a shit in front of 30 people, but you'll make a video for 10 million people?
That's different. That's different. Bro, I'm not trying to take a shit in front of a murderer, bro. Like,
You're vulnerable right
and
there.
they're looking at you and they're like, "What's up, fool?" And I'm like,
You got
I
courtesy
go.
flush. You got a
They
courtesy
already knew.
flush.
They were like, if this fool gives a phone call, he'll give up nalga.
"Fool."
Nah, hey, homie.
So it's my last day in jail, George. It's my last day in jail,
Homie,
right?
It was
It
2
was 2
days.
days.
So, but it's my last day. This is the ending of my bid, George. Right?
See, this is your short film.
Right?
Oh, it's called The Weekend.
The weekend, perro. So I'm right
Yeah.
there, fool. The Laker game is about to go on, right?
Hold on, are you in a dorm?
I'm in a dorm.
Okay.
So I finally got my little bed. I got my little bunk
How
bed.
many beds? Are people sleeping on the floor?
Yeah, fool, but I got a bed. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
because you're raza.
Well, yeah, fool, and then you know immediately it was like, oh, where you from? So I found out, okay, you go this way, and you know whatever you need.
He's like, I'm a resident.
I was like, I'm a resident. It is what it is, right? But so that shit was all gravy. So I got my little bunk bed, and I'm getting comfortable, dog. I'm barely taking off my shoes. I got my little shirt. I fucking flipped it. I got my little burrito, my grape, you know. My fucking fake ass apple looking like a grape, and then I'm sitting down, and immediately once I put my head back and watching the game, Gutierrez, you're out of here. You made
Roll
bell.
it up.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. I jumped out of the bed so fast, though. Went straight across the street, ate some Chinese food for like 2
Did
hours.
you give your food away, or you ate it?
Oh, I left it all there, bro. I just left it all there. I was like, take it, fool. I don't give a fuck, dog. Never in a million years, dog, did I ever think that would be like the life-changing moment of like, do you want to be a drug dealer? Or do you want to do some shit that's gonna like,
yeah. I mean,
that's not gonna get you caught up? And bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. After that, I started going out for like marketing jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like I started going out for like, you know, I ended up fucking getting
McDonald's
a job.
sounded good,
bro. I ended up conning my way into a job of doing accounting for Fallas Paredes, fool.
Yeah, hey, brother.
I
that's what
lied
it
on my
is.
resume so bad, fool. I lied on my resume, dog. They were like, it was one of those temp agencies, and they're like, "What do you want to do? Like, what do you know how to do?" And it was like, I tapped everything, carpentry, everything, and I ended up getting an interview for accounting, dog, for Fallas Paredes and Gardena. I'm 22 years old, bro. I don't fucking know anything about accounting.
No
bro.
program,
Motherfucker,
no
I don't even got a bank account, bro. Like, let alone do I know accounting. You know, I get hired and I'm just fucking. I'm collecting pennies from clients, from past clients, collecting like they would give me stacks and stacks of fucking invoices where companies would pay it and they would pay it late, so then they would have a fee at the end that they had never paid. So I would call and collect those pennies. Literally, it was pennies, 35-cent pennies.
But it adds up.
And then I got fired from that job. Not because I wasn't doing my shit, but because the dude was like, you just bring a bad attitude, fool, and you always smell like weed. He's like, you got to go. I don't want this shit. I was like, all right, cool. So he gave me $800. And I told my girl, my wife now girl at the time, I was
Congratulations.
like, look, baby, 11 years we're married. So I told her, look, baby, I was like, look, I got $800. I'm all like, I don't think I want to rap no more. And I don't want to do the podcast no more. At the time, the internet radio. And I was like, look, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go to Curaçao and get a camera, an HD camera, and I'm gonna start doing content for rappers and
Curaçao.
whatever the shit, right? So I went to Curaçao. I put $800 down, and I owed like $500 on a little camera, a little HD camera. And then from there, it grew to me doing interviews, to me doing small little pieces for artists, and then I flipped that into like another camera, and then ended up fucking working my way and traveling the world with it. You know what I'm saying? But if it wasn't for me getting locked up, bro, which I ended up being a DA reject because it was my first offense. You know,
What does that mean exactly?
So
I
like,
don't want the case. It's nothing. There's no.
not worth
like,
it. It's not worth
kind
the
of like a vete la verga way.
it's just a slap on the wrist. Because
Yeah.
if it's your first offense, bro, like more than likely you're just gonna be a DJ reject and then just gonna kick you out. Like, so they threw out my case. So it was just like, get out of here. And I never went back, my G. I never, it was always been like...
They're proud of him.
I'm like, I'm good, dog. No, I'm probably what they don't want. They want motherfuckers to keep paying the fees and doing all that shit. They're probably like, man, that fool never came back. That's right, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I got kids to feed type of shit, So it's like, never again, dog. And then now I'm here on the fucking George Perez show, man, talking about this shit.
Spencer on the tira. Hey, get her for Concrete. Doing a whole weekend, man.
You know? I did a whole week. Hey, dog, it was the longest weekend in my life, dog.
I did.
This one sounds like Fly. This one sounds like Fly when you went over there for the Fritos.
Hey, dog, my homeboy was only supposed to do 4 hours. He did a weekend, and where he went, the black guy fucked up and ate the Mexicans chips. He's like, homie, we all had to do burpees, dog.
Fuck. Nah, hey, nobody ate my food.
You weren't there long enough, dog.
Hey, G, there was...
Hey,
who's had 48 hours to eat my food, dog? Who's had 48 hours? No, I was not. Wait, I went in Thursday night, but it's 3 days. Thursday night.
Hours, though.
Thursday night, I was there Friday, Saturday, and then I got out like at 6 p.m. on Friday. But so it's technically 3 days, dog. 72 hours.
Did you even go to the yard?
Nah.
Nah,
you're like, what? Are you outside?
I remember like they gave us our little lunch or breakfast, and it was like in a little mess hall, and that was it, bro. But it was nothing.
But then
like
they gave you sack lunch later.
It was like
It's what took one shit there probably.
Nah, you took a couple shits there.
I didn't take no shits while I was there.
Nah. You were scared?
No, I just didn't have to really take a shit. I had other things to think about, bro. I was thinking about getting out, George. I wasn't thinking about like taking a shit, bro. When they gave me food, I took a bite of it, and I was just like, I'm done with this shit, bro. I might have lost some weight while I was in there, George. I'm just telling you.
I got caught different. I got caught knowing, like, damn.
No, because the whole time I'm thinking, I had a bunch of foods, like, paisas, like they're looking at my case, and they were like, "De arroz con coca? No, you're going to do fucking years, bro." So the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, like, fuck, dog, like.
It's because that's what they would give them.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like, I have a song on the radio, like. What do you mean?
Hey,
like, I'm in
call
jail.
Tattoo. Call Tito.
Like, dog, I'm in jail, bro. Like, I'm really in fucking jail. Like, this shit was not supposed to happen.
Oh, you're in the county,
dog. That was the penitentiary to me, dog.
Yeah. Hey, what?
I
What
don't fucking what?
What was your jumpsuit?
I don't even think I got like changed like that. I went to the glass house. Fool. It was like the intermediate before you go to county.
Yeah.
But to me, fool, it seemed like that one scene, fool, and fucking Blood In, Blood Out, when Miko like barely goes in, dead man walking.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like, bro. Because it was no different to me. I was just like, okay, I'm getting processed. Like, all the homies kept telling me, like, hey, you're going to get processed. It's going to take like 2 days, fool, and then you'll be in county by Monday. And then you'll probably go see the judge on Tuesday because they're backed up with cases. And I'm thinking, all right, fuck. Like, if I don't get bailed out by Sunday, bro, like, I'll be in I'll probably more than likely have to go to county.
Like, I'm going to get stabbed. Did you think about that, fool?
Nah, I never thought about getting stabbed, fool, because I was like, like the fools that were around me, they were cool, like,
They gave you sklecha. They were like, hey, homie, sabes que this is how you act. Say this.
Yeah.
Good,
there was
good
cool
for them.
You know what I'm saying?
Raza takes care of Raza, though.
Well, and you know what? I didn't go in there like a fucking asshole either. I didn't go in there like pumping my chest and,
You're like, I'm on the radio,
fuck that,
bitch.
fool. Like, I went in there like really fucking soft-eyed, like, hey, what's up, fool?
They're like, hey, hey, I bet you they were betting on when you were going to take a shit. No cagado este güey.
I went in there like, hey, fool. Hey, fool. I went in asking questions for like, hey, fool, that's a sick ass tattoo. Fool, where'd you get it, dog? Feed me, dog. You know what I'm saying? I was just complimenting fools and shit. I was like, oh, that's tight, fool. So what do you do?
When you got locked up, did you know 100% you were going to do major time?
Yeah.
You're like,
they raided the strip club I was working at. I went in there for a great. Dog.
What did you get locked up for? Like, what was the charge?
Street terrorism, great bodily injury, assault with a deadly weapon.
Oh yeah. Now mine was just fucking possession of narcotics with intent to distribute.
Yeah,
that was
it. I fucked somebody up at a park, and like they caught me years later, and I was DJing at a strip club, dog. Like,
oh shit.
20 minutes before the shift was over, dog. They came in with guns and shit, and like Yeah, luckily I got bailed out, but the strippers when I came back to work, they're like, "Oh my god, you're so dangerous."
Damn.
They were like, "Fool, the SWAT team came here."
I got your dick sucked, huh?
Fool, I got circumcised for like 2 weeks. They sucked the quill off, like it had to regrow. Now, you ever get a turtleneck that you put in a dryer? You're like, "Oh shit,
You gotta stretch it out. You gotta
wash that fucker again." Like, nah. Hey, fool, it was crazy, dog.
They love that shit.
You know who
Strippers
bailed
love
me
that
out
shit.
too?
Who?
Perez Bell Bonds, the same fools that bailed out Michael Jackson.
Damn. You're right. Strippers do love that dangerous, crazy life.
It's like
If they live for
like
it.
It's super bad when fucking Ogilvy, they took him out of the party. He's like, Ogilvy, and they're all scared and shit. Yeah, nah, fool. Nah, but that wasn't the first.
McLovin.
That wasn't the first time I got locked up, fool. The first time, like the scariest one that ever happened to me is when I was 17. One of my homies killed somebody, dog, and they raided all of us. This fool, you know, it got caught, did his time. He did YA life, but I'll never forget that time when like I let my parents down. That look that I had when like my dad was a fucking hustler, my mom's an immigrant. We have a 2-story pad in Orange County. They're like, we took you out the barrio, homie. Like, we're trying to change our life for you. And then they were like, they raided my pad, dog. And my parents don't even know that I'm tatted yet. I was hiding the tattoo. And then, like, it was in the morning. I just remember waking up and going, who the fuck is knocking on the door this early? And then they fucking raided it. And, you know, my mom was still paisa, so the garage was full of so much shit. The cops were like, we're not searching the garage. If there's a gun in there, we don't even care.
It's too hard for even to find.
Yeah.
It's going to take them long. Yeah.
And that was when I knew time was coming, but we beat it.
Shit.
Yeah. No, I mean, I always knew, like, before I got locked up for shit, but no disrespect, but I'm from a neighborhood, Like, I was schooled. Homies gave me sketch. You shut the fuck up. Get a lawyer up. Shit's going to happen. And just, a lot of people don't know their rights, homie. It's not fair. You know what I mean? And
I mean, yeah, dog, because you're not worried about knowing your rights.
Yeah,
Shit, you know?
but it's good to know anyways.
Yeah, I mean, dog, you know, after my bid, fool, I came out fool thinking I was institutionalized, perro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey,
my fools asked
2
me,
tears for 2
hey,
days?
Hey, fool, I called you 2 days ago, fool. I was like, yeah, fool.
I was
doing time, fool. Oh, shit. I was throwing the whole, you got locked up, perro? Yeah, dog. For what, fool? Fuck, narcotics, fool. All my cartel shit, perro. You know, dog.
Were you telling people you were on probation and shit? For making up shit?
Get probation, dog.
They call me Señor de la Weekend.
Yeah, straight up weekend warrior, bro. But you know what, dog? Shit.
Hey, congrats. Some scares work different.
Yeah, it was literally like
You
being on a
caught
Scared
fast.
Straight show, perro. Yeah, I was good. I was good.
Scared
with that.
Straight?
I was scared straight over the
Is
weekend,
that movie?
over the 72 hours of the darkest days of my life.
Scared Straight sounds like a porno where some gay guy turns straight.
Fuck, Scared Straight. Oh, damn. Yeah, dog, but I ain't ever going back. Georgia, hopefully you don't go back.
No, I'm not, dog.
You know.
Like, when I got locked
We
up
need
this
you out here,
last
bro.
time,
We need you out here.
all the cholos were mad at me.
Yeah.
Because they were like, yo, homie, like, you're representing us. You're a real homie. You've been locked up. You're from our neighborhood. And you're out there representing us. Let these fools know that we're funny, too.
That's right.
That we're charming. We have a sense of humor. And I was like, you know what, homie? My homeboy Sleeps from Bassett. You know, I still keep in contact with this homie. Yeah. And excuse me. But, like, I remember getting locked up, and this fool walked up to me and goes, hey, homie, I know you from somewhere. And I ain't gonna lie, I was scared, because I never met a man with this much, like, power through his walk, his talk. Like, we're in prison. He has a perfect slick back hair, perfect part, perfect glasses. Everything's creased down. I'm like, what the fuck? We're on yard. We're in PE, and this fool looks like he's going to prom.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, homie, I know. Can I talk to you real quick? And I was like, hey, goes, hey, dog, like, my son. We went to visiting at the same time, because when you go to visiting, it's the numbers you have. I was F99587, and your numbers of visiting, you have a card of your ID, and the last 3 numbers, if it's a high count or low count or mid count, that's how you go to visiting. And we would go to visiting together. And his kids were like, hey, that's George Perez. Fool, that fool's a comedian, Dad. Because when I got locked up, I was on MTV, local comedy jam, Showtime, and then I did punk-ass Mind Him. I didn't know he was a fucking thief. I just met him, and I did jokes, and I got locked up. And, yeah, man, sleeps from Bassett, dog.
So you keep it pushing?
No, I mean, hey, dog, at the end of the day, as stupid as people think this may sound, but I know where I come from, and I'm never going to let that go. But I'm never going to let no one else tell me what to do. Like, yeah, I'm a homie. I'm 44. If somebody wants it, I'll defend myself. I'm not going to go look for it, but I'll defend myself.
Yeah.
But I'm at a different level. I like where I'm at. I'm a paid regular at the Comedy Store, one of the highest achievement you can achieve in comedy, dog.
Dog, I mean, not that I've been here. Yeah, not that I've been here, but I've been here for 4 years, and it took fucking a lot of work. And way before me, before I was be here, but you put in a lot of work, a lot of stores.
I'm a national headliner signing my name up to go on stage for fucking 3 minutes. And I knew it was worth it. I was like, hey, dog, Jesus washed motherfuckers' feet. Let's chill. Let's do what we got to do.
That's right.
Yeah. But fuck all that, dog. I see a bright future for you.
Thank you.
But before we see that future, we got to go through the George Perez questionnaire. Now,
That's right.
You come from a place where this could happen. This is the question I ask everybody. I have fucked a lot of homeless chicks.
What?
And when I say homeless, I don't mean like, look, hey, Rigo woke up, like, on this way. Hey, like, when not chicks that live in a tent under the freeway. Like, sometimes there's couch surfers. There's hyenas that live in cars, or like chicks that just got beat up and they're like, I'm staying at my friend's pad. Like,
yeah.
Her man,
he's all smiling.
Yeah, her man kicked her out. Like, she just got nowhere to go for that night, and you know she got nowhere to go for that night.
Have you ever
a
boned
homeless chick?
Yeah.
I might have, yeah.
Like in the studio,
Like
you
a
know, in
food
the
for
studio.
less.
I might have, dog. I might have. Yeah. I used to not work for this. I used to kind of work for the strip club, like when I was really young, and I would give the girls rides home that would get drunk or whatever.
Irvin.
But no,
where?
But not. It wasn't that. But yeah, like, I mean, situations. I would assume maybe some of the. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
On the way.
I'm sure it could have happened. I don't know.
He's like, I did a weekend, fool. I
did a weekend, perro. You know.
He was doing Uber before Uber was around.
Oh, I was Uber. Yeah,
Uber in those homes.
I fucked a homeless chick once that was wounded. Like, I didn't find out she was homeless. Hey, dog, she
probably
almost came here.
Pete. Probably not. I probably never done homeless.
Nah, pero like, I met this chick at a
even
bar.
a transitional homeless fool, like, you know, I don't think I've done a transitional homeless fool. Even like
not even like sleep in the car, like this chick,
like down and out, like
this
that
chick
bad
was,
fool.
Hey, fool, this chick.
Well, like, how did you even meet them, P? Like, how does that even make sense?
So he works at a strip club. Dog,
I work at a strip club, and there was a bar next door, and I was riding
my god!
And I was just out there, and like I was going through a breakup, fool.
Of course.
And I was buzzed, coked out, and and like I'm not a good skateboarder, but I know tricks.
Yeah.
So I was out there skateboarding and shit, and she was like, "What's up, fool?" And I was kind of like, "Oh shit, Pinocha." I was on Panochado.
Yeah.
And then I got her number, and then she hit me up, and she's like, "Hey, fool, if you're down, come pick me up." So I was
George
like,
P was down. What do you mean?
No, like, I was super down because she didn't. She was just walking by. She was showered or something.
Yeah. Oh, so it was perfect timing.
And then I went to go pick her up, and it was at a Subway in Santana, but she lived in a cul-de-sac where people would pay money to park their cars, and that was their spot. And she came out of the Subway, and I was like, "Hey, is this your crib?" She's like, "Nah, man, I came to see somebody." She confessed to me later, folks, because like I seen her hand. Somebody burned her hand. She owed somebody money. Like, her thumb was all fucking sizzled. I was like, what? Hey, that was crazy, though, but, like...
Cigarette burns and bullet holes.
Hey, homie, she was like, hey, fool, I'll give you money if you let me just shower at your house. Fuck me. And I was kind of... It was weird, dog, because, like, it was, like, pre-homeless. Like, I could have saved
transition.
I could have fucked her and saved her, but I would. That's not my. It sounds fucked up, but
at the time, George P didn't have a heart like that. It was just.
It's not that I had a heart. I was truchas. I was like, you know what? This bitch might have a disease.
Or she might want to rob you and set you up.
Exactly. Like, she knows where I live. You know what I mean, my boy.
Yeah.
Hey, George has a heart, though. Remember that?
No, I'm not saying George doesn't have a heart. Maybe at the time, he was just not.
No, I have mad heart.
Yeah, do you remember the rescue? One time I showed up, and there was this girl where you bought her Walmart and shit from Walmart, and you're like, dude, send her home. And I'm all trying to be nice to her because I thought we were trying to bone her. Like me or, some stripper chick that showed up here, and she was white chick, and you gave her, she took a shower and never saw her naked.
Oh.
Like super rescue, dude.
Nah, some chicks are like trying to play me, fool. And I'm like, mira, perra. Get some chilaquiles, jam the fuck out. Because, like, I've been a DJ at a strip club for over more than I was a comedian, and I know the game, dog. Like,
yeah, for sure. I mean,
soldier,
I mean,
and I ain't mad at him.
That's how I learned the game. I learned the game from crazy women.
Yeah, I love them.
Like, I didn't learn the game from the good girls. I learned how women are through the bad girls, through the girls that I used to be around. I used to be like, okay. You know, like, I used to pick up these girls from the strip club to give them rides and shit back home, or pick them up just to kind of be their security guard or whatever, right? See that it's like their boyfriend picking them up.
Did you slang to them too? Were you slanging to them back then?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the money is.
I mean, that's really what I did. It was
Urban Junior.
I know.
Urban Junior.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I would go to the club, you know, like, I'd be there for like an hour, like, I'd be there like around 9 or 10, do whatever I had to do, drop off whatever I had to drop off, and then, you know, come back in a couple hours. If they wanted more to keep going, then I would give them more to keep going, and then I would take them to, you know, wherever
You can catch them at the good time, all horny at 3 in the morning.
But but I was that kind. But I was that kind that was like I was a complaining drug dealer, bro, because I hated clients like that. Like, I hated motherfuckers calling me at 4 o'clock in the morning, like, nah.
I hated you.
I was a bad.
You're a bad drug dealer.
I wasn't the greatest drug dealer. I was just more like,
you're
fool.
like, dang, can this fool charge his battery?
Like, no, hey, fool, call me before like 10, fool. I'll get with it. Just buy a fat sack.
That's for a
fool.
weed
Just buy
dealer.
a fat sack,
Coke dealer, you shouldn't be asleep. You shouldn't 2-3 moments your top hour.
It is. You got the power, dog. You got the power.
Yeah.
No, you just charge more.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if I seen a text come in and the text was like, hey, fool, how much for a fucking quarter? Okay.
Yeah, it's 11:30. I'm up.
Okay, cool. Now we're talking about $200 real quick. You know, yeah, shoot through. But if it was like some fools would be like, what's up for a fucking 20 sack? Well, I'm not gonna get up for a dub sack. Like, nah.
Yeah, you would have loved me for, but like, hey, I need 3 balls right now. For
dog.
I need you here.
I would have had you over for breakfast, perro.
George would be like, text so and so. And I'll text him and no text back. And then George will be like,
hey,
he'll
how
text
good am
him.
I to the drug dealers? Hey, my lady got a DUI on my drug dealer's birthday, and I was out with them. He was like, let's go get her. He gave everybody in the car Coke. The Uber's like, let's go. Fuck it. I'm going to clock out.
Oh,
and
God.
we picked her up all paniqueado, dog. It was crazy.
That's crazy, man.
But, hey, my boy, Concrete. Gracias for coming, dog. Palabra, my boy. Thank you for coming, dog. And I only say this when people are like, what am I going to say, X? We barely scratched the surface.
And this was a long one.
This is a long one for we barely scratched the surface.
Almost 2 hours.
Yeah, dog.
I would love for you to come back in a little bit, dog.
Anytime, brother.
Yeah, hey, my boy. Even though you don't need to plug it, please plug. Where can all my fans, for all of you that don't know Concrete, he's killing the game right now, man.
Thank you guys, man. Appreciate
Check the homie out. Where can they follow you? Where can they see their videos? Where can they see Ghetto Busters? Give them all the info, por favor.
All right, cool, man. Go to, if you want to watch Ghetto Busters, my new TV series, it's on Tubi. Just go ahead and download it for free on your phone, your TV, Tubi. It's free. You can follow me at Instagram at Concrete Live, just how it sounds, Concrete, and then Live. And then that's the same thing on Facebook, and then Concrete Comedy on TikTok. But yeah, man, you know, I mean, but I for the most part share all the same content on all the platforms. But you know, if you follow me on one, I appreciate it.
Go to all of them. That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
Any big events coming up?
Yeah, man, I'm doing Mount Westmore. I just did the R&B Rewind show in Nashville, Tennessee. My first time going to Nashville. My first time ever introducing the likes of Boyz II Men and Monica and Jagged Edge and all these. Charlie Wilson, like, that's crazy. I fucking listen to these people. Like, I never in a million years thought I'd be introducing them. I've been working with Bobby D for like the last 2 years, and now we're going on to our third year, and I'm doing Mount Westmore again, which is Snoop Dogg,
Ice Cube,
Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, E40, and Too Short, and we're doing that, and Warren G, special guest Warren G.
That's what's up.
And we're doing that in Nashville, and then we're doing. I'm hosting the Banda MS and Snoop Dogg concert at Crypto.com Arena.
Damn, that's what's up.
Give them the dates.
That's gonna be huge.
Probably sold out.
We don't know the dates yet.
Yeah, they're gonna sold out.
But it's like in March and it's like in March and February. But they're gonna sold. I mean, I'm really just giving exclusives right now, to be completely honest.
Spencer, gracias.
So yeah, like those ain't even out yet. But like I am doing those concerts. So if you guys see those flyers go up, man, just know I'm gonna be there with my support. Me and my boy Jay Valentino, which is like
hell yeah, I know that fool. I grew up with them kind of.
He's one of my halves of a lot of the skits that I do. You know what I'm saying? Me and Jay Valentino have gone viral numerous times, so thank you, though. That's my perro right there. And we've been rocking shows together, man. He DJs. I go up there and hype up the crowd with him, and we just have a fucking blast doing it, bro. And
that's what's up. You guys are a good combo together, bro.
It's fun, dog. It's fun doing comedy with him. It's easy, bro. Like it comes off easy, you know. Like I was telling earlier, like, you know, when I write comedy or when I invite people to do skits with me, or when I collab, I usually tend to hopefully give people characters that they can be badass at, you know, and really help people shine. And he does that for me, bro. He lets me shine, he shines, and it's just a great combo, though. There's no egos, there's no nothing, and we just kind of go out there and get comedy done, and that's been the fun part with me and my boy Jeff Valentino, man. Shout outs, perro.
That's what's up. Yeah, he used to DJ at strip clubs I've worked at.
Yeah. He comes from that world, man. He comes from that world, and he gets it, and you know, like he used to do stand up. Now we've been doing stand up together. We're starting to do shows together. You know, we're setting up a couple shows in LA. I still haven't performed in LA. And you know, the first comedy show, I think it was like in Long Beach, but that was like 3 years ago, and I don't really count that because I just don't. I did like maybe 5 minutes and completely bombed on my birthday. It was horrible. But yeah, dude. So yeah, man. So that's what I got going on, man. I got a movie coming out this year called Horchata and Oat Milk, where I pay Tío Maniacs. And that's with Jerry Garcia and Duno and a bunch of other dope comedians. I have another TV show coming out called King of Downey. So I'm working on that. And then
Softener or The City?
Yeah, the city. And then I have and then I'm working on another project called the Rebel Nation movie. So the Rebels. So we're doing the Rebels movie with me and Jay Valentino.
Okay, that's what's up.
And the pull-up tour is coming out. So I did a tour last year, and we shot a mockumentary on live, no unscripted, all completely written on the road. We shot a movie on the road. It's called the Pull-Up Tour, where we go from here to all the way to Houston, and you get to see all the shit we got into. So it's gonna be dope, man. And that's the Pull-Up Tour, man. That's a kind of more or less like a complete movie as well, man. So I got a few projects coming out this year, man.
That's what's up.
You know? But definitely watch Ghetto Busters, Food's Gone Wild Beer, Pisto, man. Congratulations, brother. That's what we've been sipping on all night.
Hey, this shit got me buzzed, dog.
I got my ears hot, fool.
That's what's up. Hey,
it's on that level.
Thank you for coming
like
out.
Right there. Got my ears hot.
I'm going to be at the Comedy Store Thursday, Friday, Saturday for the whole month. Houston Improv. I'm working on dates for that. Also, Skankfest, Las Vegas. We're going to be at the Pizza Stop in El Monte.
Yes, El Monte.
I'm going to get you guys the dates for that. It's going to be me, Funk Freaks, 2 other comedians. Also, new merch will be dropping, guys. New merch drops in February, the latest. We're going to have beanies and the warm-up jackets? Those button-ups. And, yeah, that's it. I'm fucking stoned. I'm buzzed. I'm about to do a bump after this and be a better person. To all the perras I text tonight, you know who cares about you when I do a bump. X to the G, what's going on?
Hit that like button, subscribe. Let's get to 20,000. And then I got a show in Long Beach and Harvell's the 29th to 28th. Me, Eddie Bravo, Sam Tripoli. Go get your tickets at samtripoli.com. It's pretty much sold out, but let's go. And then we got a Chicago show, and I will be at the show with George at El Monte with the bomb-ass peak support.
Yep, let's get it.
That's what's up. Yo,
thank you guys.
Thank you, my boy. This is George Perez Stories, episode 254. George Perez Stories is brought to you by GB Extracts, Gunther's, located in downtown Santana, Manscaped, and Beasto. Take a shower, Brown Power. Late. Hell yeah.